for some curious reason, in the second, third, fourth grade, we just call it Thanksgiving and wear nice hats of feathers and, commemorate the natives as though we're not standing upon their bones as we speak. And that's what the Europeans do. They erase your history, and then they lie about who you were, and then they lie about who they are. They're murderers. That's what they are. They're murderers. They lie about who they've been and who they are today. They are still to this day vicious, evil murderers.
With hotels and vacation rentals, Booking.com has something for everyone.
Jesus! Meant to either weaken.
My brother. Good day, family. Of course, let me get myself together here. I was suggested that video there, and I was watching it, and I was commenting. So I was, when I looked up, it was 12 o'clock because I was commenting. I don't know if some of my replies was deleted or something, but I like to go and, comment back to you all. How y'all talking to me? Oh, yeah, y'all, let me let y'all listen to this because he is awesome. Someone referred him to me. I've just been listening to him.
Power and culture of white people living in Western countries. When I say Western countries, it's not just Europe I'm talking about. I'm also talking about the Americas, Australia, and New Zealand.
I want to point out something to you. You see, white people only come from Europe. Only. But you have them widespread in North America, widespread in New Zealand, widespread in Australia. They invaded those places. Murder. Now, here's the thing. What you all often don't realize is when you're speaking in coded language, when we say Western countries, what do we mean? I'll tell you. We mean white countries. That's what we mean. We mean white countries. Western is a code language for white. It's a racially coded language. It's a euphemism for white.
We are going to read tonight. This here's our brother, and he is awesome too, y'all. His name is The Saint. And this right here is Marquette explains why Europeans are the most psychotic, violent group in America, I believe. And I had started it earlier, and when I got home, I was trying to finish it. But yeah, seemed to me like everybody trying to find out who done did this to Black America. That's what it looked like to me. They might not be saying it. Why it's things, everybody's focus. Well, our focus is shifting because everybody want to know. Everybody want to know. We want to know why we like this. Why we like this with each other. Now, I know for myself. Yeah, I done put myself around some of our most hurt people. And, hurt people hurt people. I know, I have myself around people that's been hurt and traumatized themselves. I get that. I can forgive us, for that because we all ignoring the hurt and the trauma that we've survived. Not just historically, our own lives, our own childhoods, our adult lives and stuff, So, yeah, I can forgive us for that. I want us to know what's wrong with us so we can heal us. It do something to me to think about the future, what it's going to be like for my great-grandbabies and yours. Who else going to be with mine? Yours going to be with mine. Our baby's going to be together. But in what? In what? I mean, it just looked to me like everybody's trying to find out the same question. Everybody trying to answer Malcolm's question now. I guess now we all trying to answer. Who taught us to hate ourselves? Yeah. So, Black America, when I first came here, thank y'all for being here. We're going to put this on the number right there because, all it takes is one. I make 2. And then the ancestors make up the rest. When you come, then you make it, It is what it is. You make it. You make it complete when you get here. But see, all it takes is 1. That's what my ancestors said. They ain't trying to make nothing hard for me to do this. Because the truth is the truth. And they tired of being ignored. Our ancestors are sick and tired of being ignored. They know we so traumatized we can't even see our way out of the bag. And all you got to do is, give me a piece of paper. I'll poke a hole right through a piece of paper. All you get is just a paper bag. All we got to do is just shred the bag. But we can't even see our way out of that. And the ancestors know that's why they're here. Little do other folks know they have initiated, they have provoked the cosmos to action. Yeah, little do they know. All of these games they've been playing with the children of the sun, all this manipulation, all this lying about the Most High, the higher power, all this manipulation and stuff, and it seemed to me like it's all for greed and control. But honey, it's more than just this little speck right here in our world. It's more than just this. See, these people done overrode themselves. Yeah, see, they done started probing all out there. Manipulating our mind was enough. That was enough to stir the cosmos. Because, we are manifested from the cosmos. The cosmos has been churning and building up and building up. Because to see us unable to stand up for ourselves, and then our ancestors that's up there too, they've been ready to make this thing right here. They've been ready. But see, they know we traumatized. They know we hoodwinked, we bamboozled, and I don't know, I guess the people that be, hey, they threw another arrow. Yep, I just put it like that. They threw another arrow. I don't know if it was opening another portal, going a little bit further up there. I don't know. All I know that a shift happened. Yeah, a shift has happened. Everybody feel it. Everybody feel it. All we got to do, my people, is let's just be wary so we can prepare. But let's not worry though. Because see, this ain't the end for us, because you see that whole multiverse up there on that wall? We can go to all of the multiverse. I'm going to the 12th universe when I leave here. See, they got us fearing death. They literally got us fearing death in the lake of fire. I know that's what we've been taught. That's what I was taught too. But it's more than just that. I mean, it's so much more than just this little circle. I know y'all don't think that religion that y'all got is just a circle, but that's all it is. This circle right here. What about that entire multiverse up there? Don't somebody get to go down to the 12th universe? To the 12th of never? Oh, I'm going to have to see myself there, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all don't want to keep talking about heaven. Y'all don't want to keep talking about heaven. Right there at the bottom, that bag right there is heaven. That first one right there, that's the first universe. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, on down to 12. Now, I didn't know. I don't know how many of y'all didn't know either. But if it's 12 universes out there, and that's just going one way, honey, that ain't going back this way and going that way and that way either. Not to mention, you can still go up if you want to. It's endless. That's who manifested us. So no, can't nobody tell me. We gonna read it and stuff because I know my people need hope. I know my people need hope. Right here. So I can agree to disagree. Yeah, you can keep your greater, your higher power, because that's your hope. You can keep it and stuff, but I'm spiritual. And most of what I say and stuff, I hope it come off like I'm spiritual, because that's how I resonate. That's how I live. That's how I think. I'm trying to shift to where I'm the benefit, you know, for my people. Everything that I do, I want to consider my people. See, it ain't just about me. You know, it ain't even just about me and mine. It's about ours, us. You know, I know it's not just me that feel like this. You know, I mean, shit. I know a lot of us have that envy of each other, especially us sisters. But honey, it's superficial. That's superficial. That's how white folks feel. They done projected that on us. We don't hate each other, sister. Shit, they hate each other. They hate us. You know, it ain't nothing like us. I wouldn't want to be around nobody. Shit, give me my book. Give me both of my books. Shit, I ain't trying to sit around nobody. Talk to nobody. Want to get to know somebody. We need to stop letting these folks just play with our head and stuff. Hell, they playing with everybody's head, it seems like now. Folks don't know what to do. Folks don't know what to do, honey. But I know what Black America gonna do. Yeah, I think we know what we gonna do. Because the sisters done said they ain't doing nothing. We focusing on us. And that's what we gonna do. Yep, that's what we gonna do. We gonna be wary. We ain't gonna worry. No, we ain't gonna worry about nothing. Somebody said that you can't have faith and worry at the same time. Hey, I wrote that down and stuck it on the wall. Yeah, you can't have faith and worry at the same damn time. I put damn in there because, see, damn ain't really a cuss word. All these curses y'all saying all day to each other. Somebody sneezing, everybody throw that curse on them. Bless you, bless you, bless you. I'm the only one saying prosperity. Yep. That's what me and my daughter say. And the other ones, they can take it up too. Might as well. But don't be saying bless you to me. Be less you. Everything hit different for Black people. Everything hit different. It means different for us because this language is different for us. You know, we got to speak on a higher level. We got to speak intentionally positive instead of just speaking these words that, you know, that are our common words. They are language. They are our language. We've always said good morning. We made a song of good morning, you know. But now we know. When you know better, you do better. Somebody said that too. But yeah, I'm Face the Nation, and we are on Bolden Unchained. I know, right? I got to keep it down and stuff. You know, because you know Dr. Francis Chris Wilkins said her and Neely Fuller would be in his apartment or her apartment one, and honey, they be in there debating. She said they be in there debating 2 o'clock in the morning. Folks don't know if it's a party or a fight going on, but they be in there debating, talking about us. It don't matter what time of the day, what time of the night. When we get to talking about us and that sinkage get in, oh, honey, you might as well. The game can't even be more energetic and more on point than this is. And you know, thousands of people be at them games. Sure do. Everybody but me. Everybody but me. You can miss me with that. I ain't going to no game. Oh, honey, no. Yeah. But see, y'all, a shift just happened in the universe. So expect all things to get much better than they already are today without warning. All of a sudden. Just don't focus on no materialistic stuff, you know, and get in the bag. Because see them things right there, to me, they distract us. They make us think we poor. You know, we got to have the name brand stuff. We got to have the best stuff. But that's not even what is important. You know, that stuff ain't important. You know, you got the money and stuff like that, honey. Don't go out splurging and stuff. Go out and buy you your pantry. Just buy up a whole bunch of stuff for your pantry. Yep. You know, oh, I can't wait to get started on mine again and stuff because, you know, it's needed. And think how satisfied and how good you gonna feel when you know, man, I got all of this right here. Whatever happens, I'm ready. Whether it's a week or a month, You know, I got my canned goods. I got my little toiletries. You know, I got my lamps, flashlights. You know, I even got a little do funny. You know, if I need to heat up some beans or something. You know, I can take it out there in the backyard. And it ain't nothing, y'all, we gonna make one too. It ain't nothing but little cans, you know, and some bricks. That's all it is and stuff. You know, we're gonna get some coals or something, maybe some grass, some paper or something. And we just gonna sit there and heat it up, you know, until it get a little warm and stuff. Just to survive. You know, like Led Form, I seen one of his videos and stuff, honey. He had a 5-gallon jug and he filled it up with stuff. He actually went to the store. He was showing us how to set it up together. We gonna do that too. And if you got some stuff like that, then you share it with us. Because I just seen on here where you can get up to like 10 screens. And we can just teach each other and stuff, you know. Yeah, we ain't just gonna be sitting on here, you know, just reading, even though reading is fundamental. This is where we're gonna get our healing at. But you know, we need to be learning, what is it? Words without action or something like that. You know what your Bible be saying and stuff. Yeah. So we are going to be, you know, active too. You know, we're going to be physically active. I mean, doing stuff, putting together stuff. You know, I'm just trying to get it together and stuff because it's going to go pretty fast. You know, yeah. I just read slow, but that's all right. You know, this is my first time reading this too. I didn't even know about all of this. I don't know. I guess I really didn't know that I wanted to know what's wrong with Black America. But yeah, that's what it is. That's what I'm on the quest for. That's the need that I see needs to be filled for us to begin, you know, healing ourselves properly. Now we can heal ourselves. We've been sustaining ourselves this whole time. We've been sustaining ourselves this whole time. Traumatized, broke, illiterate, you know, scrabbling from one paycheck to the next paycheck. We, you know, this whole time, Black people, we have been, ever since, you know, our Wall Street's have been destroyed and stuff. We just barely, you know, been just keeping the peace, just maintaining to keep the peace. That's basically all we've been doing and stuff for white America. But we can't sacrifice ourselves for white America and nobody else. You know, I know the world is on fire. I know that. And I seen that the Marines activated or something. And somebody did something over here to over there or something, honey. But yes, but I just know on behalf of Black people, I just want to say we ain't got nothing to do with it. Please make sure you got the right destination. So we, you know, we don't want to get involved in nothing else. We just want to keep our people safe. If they gonna everybody gonna fight against each other and stuff, then hey, everybody done fighting on us. I know that. That's all I got to say. Everybody's done fighting on us. Yeah, but it's so good to see y'all and stuff. Everybody. Hey, Kadal. Oh, it's so good to see you. I know. I be trying to get on here and, you know. Oh, Vicky Shire. Hey there, my sister. I be trying to get on and talk to y'all and stuff and comment, you know, to y'all comments and stuff. Yeah. Because, shoot, I'm just like y'all. Shit, I'm trying to see what's going on, too. What the hell done happened to Black America? All of this going on and stuff, and you mean to tell me we still can't be there for each other? Something just didn't seem right. Somebody got to get along together. But it's like it's among everybody. And I know, you know, every group of people, you know, have their differences and stuff like that. But it was just like, you know, with us, it's more than that. It's more than us just having our differences. Shit, who wouldn't want to be around the most creative, the most forgiving, most helpful, most funny, you know, people? Who wouldn't want to be around us but us? So, yeah, I want to know why. And I want to know who did it. You know, I don't know how else to put it. Maybe if I phrased it different, you know, it would be all right. But that's how it is. Yeah. So I am Face the Nation. We are on Bolden Unchained. And let me go ahead and, let me go ahead and and do this up because I don't want to keep us. The preaching method is that involved. I don't know. Yeah, they not somebody done breached something. Yeah. So yeah, we here to assist Black media and Black America because I want to find out what happened to Black America, and yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm here to assist Black America and Black media. You are too, I hope. I don't know. I don't want to speak too soon, but I hope that's why folks are here. If that's not why you're here, I wish you go where you want to be. Because this is only for Black America. This ain't for everybody else. I know everybody else needs their healing too. Yep, I was listening to Brother George Fraser, and he was saying everybody else got to heal everybody else. So, this ain't even about them. I ain't got nothing for them. I can't heal them at all. Even our mixed people, Black and white, I can't even offer them nothing. Because, see, you got two choices to get your help, to get your healing. And, my people, we ain't got nobody but us. And y'all, that's a Black man right there. Yeah, I guess he looked like he white in the daytime when the light coming through the window. But, yeah, I ain't got no white man on my wall. Shit, he barely can get through the door. Up in here, shoot, I don't need nothing fixed. I go ask my brother, hey, can you come and fix this for me right fast? Let me give you $2, whatever, and fix that for me real fast. I do it myself. I'll try to fix something myself. Honey, they got stuff so easy now. If you done knock the hole in the wall, instead of getting you a piece of paper and covering over it and then paint it white and stuff, honey, just go get you one of them little, it's like a little template. And just put it on the wall and stuff, and then you paint over it. Yep. Now, I ain't saying that's how you gonna, get your money back from rental rebate. You got all them holes in that wall and stuff, but just little minor, holes and stuff. But yeah, so we are here to assist Black America and Black media with the uncovering and the confronting, condemning. I condemn. Yeah. I condemn it. I condemn everything that's happened to my ancestors. Ain't no lie about it. I don't want to waste nobody's time. All of them agendas, events, projects, operations. Let me just read off of this right here. Bills, codes, compromises, acts, plans, studies, courses, experiments. It's so many. It's so many arrows at Black America, that if you wasn't even looking, you wouldn't even see it. And that's really all it is. Everything that's happening in the world and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yep, look up under it. Look up under everything. You're going to see that little silver lining. Black America, Black people, melanin, the theft of melanin. Can you imagine all that weight on us and we just holding up under it, just holding, not just in America. I'm talking about America because this is where I'm at. I ain't never been out of the country. I'm talking about the United States. What's wrong with us right here? I know it's global, and I thank my ancestors too, because we're gonna branch globally. We're gonna go globally for our people. This is for everybody. I can't just be talking about the healing for just us. We need healing all over the country and stuff, all over this world. In Africa, everybody working on healing us. That's what I think. That's what I see. Everybody working on healing us. I just want to do my part too. And I know you doing your part too. Sister, me and my neighbor were watching your video. Yep, we sure was. Queen Mother Moore. Yep, somebody was telling me about her the other day. And then I was watching her. But tonight we were watching you with her video. Yep. So, that's fine. If you want to come over here, that's what you're going to watch. If you don't want to watch that, then you're going to have to go somewhere else. Yep, that's how I am and stuff. So, and I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I don't forgive. I don't forgive what's done happened to my ancestors. Even the ones that were in attendance. Even the kids that was there. If I didn't have a heart, I would say I don't even forgive them little babies, the unborn baby, because they were pregnant white women at the lynches too, y'all. Who the hell gonna actually come to a lynching with that baby in your stomach? You gonna come to a lynching with that baby in your stomach and what you feeling. And because the glee that was on the little white girl face, honey, you thought they was handing her a pile of money or something. The look that was on her face, but it just be to me like, how you gonna sit there and you're a pregnant woman and you see your brothers, your brothermen, white men, your brothers, your cousins, your uncles, literally just, shred another person's body, a black man's body. But I got a heart. Yep, I do got a heart. I'm empathetic too. I'm a black person. We got souls, we got hearts. That's what white folks said about us. They projected that on us. They're the ones. See, it's right there in the book. It's right there in the book. I know we've been so misled and stuff, and I wish one of them just tell the truth. Just tell my people the truth. But that's all right. They ain't got to. I'll tell us. But you know how it is and stuff. We don't want to believe it when it's coming from us. We literally think that this right here, it just resolved itself. It just healed itself. They just healed themselves. And maybe that's why we feel like we don't need no healing. Do anybody feel like we need healing but me? I mean, of course, our elders and our mentors and our experts, our scholars, they do. But I'm talking about us. Even y'all that's got educational freedom and financial freedom. You got a little money and stuff. You got your land and stuff like that. Do y'all feel like our people need healing? Because some of us truly don't. Some of us know we need healing and they scared to help us get it. Sometimes I wonder, are we scared of white folks or are we just scared of our own power? Because instinctively, I think we do know. I think that's why we don't come together, because we know when we come together, we're going to invent a song, a dance, or a joke, or something. Because we start creating when we together. So we already know we can't even be together like that. We can't, because everything we do, we might just draw something. Sit down at the sewing machine, just done made a whole outfit up. And we know every time we do that, we come together, we know white America got a motherfucking problem with it. And that's why we're scared to get up. And we got so many of us now that's telling us what's wrong. I claim it. I sure do with my ancestors. I claim it. And we know what's going to happen if we do that. We know what's going to happen. We know white America going to have a problem with it. But they just going to have a problem with it. White America just going to have a problem with everybody else too. Everybody else too. Somebody going to have to get on the bottom now. That's just it, and that's just all. Because we getting up from here. We finna save our babies. We finna start teaching them. Everybody know why our kids out here is restless. They can't sit down. They can't be still. They not functioning. Because we ain't never learned about us. We ain't never learned about our ancestors, our heroes, our sheroes. We ain't never learned about 15 black people history. Forget. Oh, darn, let me go and get this out the way. Because you know how them folks be and stuff. Yeah, we look through a spiritual lens of loyalty, resilience, and education. Yeah, because I don't forgive. I ain't forgiving nothing. And Dr. Francis Chris Wilson said I ain't got to. Copyright disclaimer under 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. See, I wrote it down just so I can do this. Because I ain't trying to break no laws and stuff. I follow the rules within reason. I do follow the rules within reason. I follow cosmic laws, I ain't saying I'm perfect or nothing like that, but shit, yeah. Why not? I ain't trying to get no karma on me. I like to sleep good at night. It don't make me feel bad to actually have to pay my way. It don't even enter my mind to go in a store and knowing I'm finna buy something, I could be in there buying something and still pick up something and put it in my pocket. I don't have no problem being right. But see, that's all this illusion, y'all. That's all this illusion. Ain't religion supposed to teach you that? It's supposed to help us be the best we could be, instead of misleading us to think these superficial, these superficial gifts and pillars and comfort. Because that's all it is to me, is superficial and stuff. Because spiritually, you're supposed to love everything. I love everything. I'm not against nothing. I go out and hug trees. I don't want to see nobody, go through no harm or harsh times and stuff. No, I don't. I'm judging white America for what they done did to my people. I sure am. But if it look like it's somebody else, hey, I say it. But right now it look like it's beginning to be white American stuff. But I consider myself a cosmic law-abiding person and a law-abiding person. So I read that, I do the right thing and stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with doing the right thing. See, white America got us thinking like that because they ain't never did the right thing. This right here is the most outlawish shit, if that's even a word. You think them Westerns and stuff were outlaws? I ain't even resonate with Westerns. I ain't never resonated with no Westerns. I sure ain't, and I see why now. We should have been watching our own black Westerns. Black people, we got black heroes and everything. I found some more information on them too in one of my notes somewhere when I put it with the book, because we got a black cowboy book and stuff. Billy Pinky got a black rodeo. I'll go to something like that. I'll go to our stuff, be with us. But as far as just being out, no, hell no. As far as just being out among people, with people, stuff, no, that ain't even me. Nope, it ain't gonna happen. But anyway, let me read this right here that I found. 15 black people history forgot. We talk about him. Charles Richard Drew. Remember, he came up with a device during the wartime so that they could store plasma. Because, the troops was getting hurt and sometimes they needed, blood, plasma and stuff. And he the one did it. Yeah, developed blood banks. They blood banks. And right today we got all these plasma places and stuff in our communities and stuff. I did try to go donate some plasma, but I wasn't able to. Yeah, and they were like, you got to come back and stuff. And then I was like, shit, well, hell, it wasn't meant for me to do it anyway. So one shit, fuck that bill. I'll get it paid next week. Don't cut it off, But then I seen somebody that got it, that I was seeing stuff, and they had a hole in their arm right there, hole from sending the plasma all the time and stuff. We got to call on our ancestors for help. Ask Massa Musa for some money to send you, send you some abundance and prosperity. See, black people, in my opinion, spiritually, and everybody else be talking about metamorphically and all that good stuff. But all I really know right now is spiritually. Spiritually, see, we need to call on a dog. See, look at it like this. If the cosmos manifested us, and the Canis Major is one of the constellations, then why we calling on a cat? And he ain't never came. He ain't never showed up for nobody, not even Mary Turner, baby. That them white men hunted her down and cut that baby out of her stomach and stomped on her baby. He ain't never. So I think we need to call on a dog instead of a cat. But let me read this right here before I put it up. Charles Drew, his middle name was Richard. Charles Richard Drew. And Mary Van Britten Brown. She was responsible in the 1900s for the first prototype of closed caption TV. Yep. For the first prototype of closed caption TV. That was like the rough draft. In my opinion, it was like the rough draft. Hattie McDaniel, the first African American to win an Oscar in 1939 for Gone with the Wind. William Hasty, the first African American to become a federal judge and being the first African American full-term governor in history. Henrietta Lacks, look, her cells were harvested after she was diagnosed with cancer to create the polio vaccine. It was a movie too about her. They made a movie. And white America ain't never compensated her family or nothing. Just kept right on thieving. The theft of melanin. Robert Smalls, look. He led the Confederate ship to the north. He convinced President Lincoln it was a good idea to accept blacks into the army. And he wrote the legislation that gave the country and South Carolina the first free public school system. Oh, we got to read this in the daytime too. We sure do. Now, Robert Smalls was the one that, they made him feel this small. We trying to remember and learn. I am. Well, he was him and the other black men. They were slaves and stuff. And the white men, the captain and stuff of the ship, made him feel that small, cause they made him pilot the Confederate ship named the Planter. Well, see, they didn't want to. The black crew didn't want to go sailing that ship where they knew it was finna kill black people. And they were finna kill, abolitionists, people that's opposing slavery, But they weren't able to escape. I don't think they were able to escape slavery. They were too far from the Union Army. Sometimes the Union Army got close enough and, our ancestors would run to them. But, they was on one side of the river and, the Union Army was on the other side and stuff. That's how I see it and stuff. So what happened was they knew they had to go. They knew they had to go. They was feeling like, we just can't sit here. We can't keep doing this, And Robert said, because they thought about ways to go now. And they were like, well, hey, why don't we just take the ship and just set it off by itself and we go through the woods or whatever. And they were thinking about now they're right there. It really ain't going to work and stuff. Because once they catch up to the ship and see that no one's on it, they're going to know we on foot. They came up with all kind of different scenarios and stuff. And then Robert just said, no, we're going to take the ship. We gonna take this motherfucking ship. And that's what they did. They had to wait. Because, see, Robert had been paying attention. Because, see, he the one that had to pilot the ship. He became so good at it, y'all. He was a professional piloting that ship and stuff, honey. The Confederate ship. Yes, honey, he was so precise with it. It was just glowing through the water, just gliding through the water, so just soundless. He was so good with it and stuff. But he noticed that they would get drunk. See, the white crew would get drunk and stuff. But the only time they would get drunk, all of them, would be on Christmas. Yeah, would be on Christmas. While our motherfucking asses is celebrating Christmas, they'll spend all our money for this one day of the year that white people actually did a whole documentary, they made a whole video, a whole documentary, y'all, how to market to the Negro. But I digress. So what happened was Robert was like, because the crew was like, come on now, Robert, when we gonna do this? It ain't but two of them here. We could take them. And Robert was like, no, this ain't the time to take them now. We got to wait. Let's just prepare. So they started preparing. They started putting things of theirs to the side. So when it's time to go, all they got to do is just grab it. Just grab it and go. So what happened was Christmas came and stuff, and Robert was sitting there. He had already told them, y'all know on Christmas, they all going to be drunk. All of they motherfucking asses going to be drunk. And we just going to be going on about our business. Don't act nervous or nothing. Don't act out of line like you too happy or, something finna go down. And let them get drunk. So that's what they did. Honey, all they motherfucking asses got drunk. Honey, they got to coming off of the ship and stuff. Oh, amazing grace. Singing their songs and stuff and talking about what they were going to do to black women and black kids and how they couldn't wait till they get the black man subdued again. when this is all over and stuff, but they drunker than a motherfucker, honey. They come off the plank on the ship and stuff, falling over shit. But they marched their ass right on in that cabin. Before they knew it, before our brothers knew it, honey, their asses was asleep. Yeah, because see, when they went in the cabin and stuff, the brothers had to go in with them. The crew, Robin them had to go in with them. Because that show would have tipped them off. Oh, y'all ain't coming in too? So, yeah. So they get in there, and they moving around and stuff, probably preparing vitals and victuals and shit like that, like just like it's normal. Gonna fix you a little something to eat to warm your belly up and stuff, and you're drunk and stuff. But honey, before you know it, they asked, all of them was snoring. All of them was snoring. The captain had made it to the very back of the cabin. His ass was cocked up on a table, y'all. Snoring, honey. He was calling hogs, cows, horses, pigs. He was calling everything. Black women's. Because that was their fetish. What they could do to the black woman. Just like William Joseph Simmons said when he revived the Ku Klux Klan in 1919. He traversed the realm of the unknown. Talking about the black woman's body. But I digress. All of them was sitting up there drunk and stuff. And the rest of them was toward the front. In the cabin and stuff. Just a little small cabin. Wasn't that big like I'm making it seem. Instead, just a little small cabin. And it was on the shoreline of the river or wherever this Confederate ship happened to be. And so, see, we got to look at the story. We got to look this up. I'm just saying what happened. So they always fell asleep and stuff. And Robin them knew they ain't even said nothing to each other. But they making eye-to-eye contact. And they thinking the same thing. So soon as, honey, all of them got to snoring, probably in sync. They all was snoring. They probably were making a sound out of they snores and stuff. But, honey, Robin them started gathering their stuff, heading to their ship. Honey, they sailed away so silently, ain't nobody heard nothing. They were gone at least 15, 20 minutes. They was gone at least 15, 20 minutes. Because, see, they didn't even start cooking. They just turned it on so it can heat up the room and stuff, and maybe the smell of getting throughout the cabin, because that'll relax you. And that's exactly what it did. But as soon as they know their ass was asleep, honey, they done turned everything off, gathered their shit, and got on out there to the ship, honey. They were gone for at least 15, 20 minutes before they ass even woke up. But it got cold. See, it got cold in the cabin. And so somebody must say, Robert, come here, boy. But Robert didn't come. Wasn't none of them there. And see, that's how they started waking up and stuff. Because he was like, oh, Robert, bring your ass here, boy. Because they used to them coming. Then he called out one of the other crew members, the one that just come to him, and didn't nobody come. So he called the other crew, the white crew and stuff, and asked them, Sammy, what's going on? Are you there? And Sammy woke up, yeah, I'm here. He threw his leg on the ground and stuff, I'm here, what's going on? And then they were like, oh, well, we're all here. And where's, they were asking about the captain. They thought the captain was on the ship. No, they heard the captain in the back there because he done heard all of them. He was cold as hell back there in the back of that cabin, y'all. So he woke up when he heard them talking. And he hollered, hey, here I am. And they were like, Captain? And they were like, all of us here, like 5 of them. Maybe 6, I don't know. We're going to have to read the story. And he came up toward the front. But while he was walking up toward the front, honey, his ass didn't see the ship. The ship was gone, honey. It was gone, baby. Robin them wasn't even on the back of the ship no more. Soon as they got out in the water, honey, they all went up to the front of the ship, honey. Robert was easing their ship through them waters and stuff so silently. The other ships didn't even know they were gone. Everybody wasn't drunk in the other ships, the Confederate ships. Everybody wasn't drunk, but they wasn't paying attention. And see, Robert had manned that ship so effortlessly. When it was time to go, didn't nobody even know it was leaving. It wasn't no sound. It wasn't no horns blowing. It wasn't nothing. No, it wasn't no glare on the ships or nothing. It's like it was just divine motherfucking time to go. Yeah. And so by the end of stuff, Robert then was on the front, on the bow of the ship and stuff, Oh, honey, it was going full notch. Once they got out there, it was going full notch. And the the captain back there, the crew, the white crew that was still on the shores and stuff, on the shores, where they done ran and alerted the other ships and stuff, but wasn't nobody even within range or ready and stuff. So they got in this little small boat and they were trying to head up and catch up with them, but it was too late. It was a lost effort. You know, it was a lost effort. You know, wasn't nobody even prepared for that, even if they had rounded up the other Confederates and stuff. Because people, it was Christmas. You know, they wasn't prepared like that and stuff. So the Union Army, the black men and the abolitionists, the troops that were fighting against slavery, they was on cue. Because they were like, yeah, you know, these motherfuckers might try to surround us and attack on Christmas. So, you know, they were waiting and stuff. And then all of a sudden, honey, they seen the Confederate ship coming. Oh, but it was coming fast, honey. I mean, that motherfucker was going through. It was going through the waters, honey. Do you hear me? And they were, all right, it's time to do it. But come on, let's go. Here they come. And they looked, and they were wondering why they by themselves. And why they coming so fast by themselves. And then they wonder, is this an ambush? Or the crew behind? You know, because they looked through the thing right there. All of them were ready, honey. They pulled up. They was ready. Sure was, honey. They were finna take off in the ship too and go meet that ship. But the captain said, hold up. You know, he looked through his little thing like that, honey. He seen Robert, all of them was standing on the front bow of the ship. Sure was, honey. And he told everybody, he said, it's brother now. They got away. They coming. So everybody, you know, was at ease, but everybody was ready for them to come and stuff. They went and met the ship and stuff coming. But at first they were like, is this, you know, is it like a prank? I guess, you know, is this like a setup? You know, could it be that the white crew is standing behind them while they standing up? But, you know, that wasn't it, because Robert or somebody had got a towel or a shirt or something and were waving it like this right here. So when they did look through that thing right there and saw that was them and stuff, they were like, no, that ain't even what's happened. They done escaped. They got away. Honey, when Robert and them pulled up there, because they were so tired, y'all. They were so tired and drained. All they could do when they went up to the ship to help them get out and stuff, it just collapsed in their arms and stuff, you know, because they was free. They was finally free. And Robert and them went and they ate a little bit and they rested and they cried a little bit and stuff. You know, they were so happy they were going to see their families again, you know, if they could. Because everybody didn't get free. Everybody didn't survive and stuff, you know. And the crew, they went and let them, you know, get rested and stuff. And then they went and looked at the Confederate ship. All my ancestors, honey, the Gatling gun. It was some more guns that was on the ship. But honey, don't you know when they went below deck? Oh, honey, it was all kind of ammunition, guns, bombs, grenades, everything. They ass even had the notebooks with all the strategies. With all the strategies. Yep. Of how they were going to attack and, you know, ambush. Not just one day, they had several of them. It's like they had the whole arsenal. Maybe that right there must have been the main ship, because it had all the plays and stuff, probably the other ambushes that the other ships had. I don't know, honey. But when Robert and them stole that Confederate ship, honey, they saved the day. Yes, they did. And they used that ship, the Planter, in the war. Yes. Robert Smalls, that's his name. They made him feel that small. That small. But yeah, he turned it around, you know. Our people, he did, yeah. But anyway, you know, yeah, he did all of that and stuff. Robert and our brothers did. You know, everybody was trying to get away from these folks. We ain't never just really want to just, you know, sit and be like this, keep the peace like this. For what? It ain't even comfortable for us to keep the peace. Hell, at least give us something, you know. Don't just act like this little circle is satisfying us. That little bitty circle. Where that paper, Dr. Ray Hager? Don't act like that little circle right there is satisfying us. All that we done lost and sacrificed and just gave up that was stolen from us. Shit, white folks done lost their mind. They crazy. White folks are crazy as hell. If they ain't crazy, then somebody needs to do some explaining. Because this is unnatural. And it don't just go away. No, it don't just go away. And then y'all know Claudette Colvin, she was before Rosa Parks. Yep, I know this right here is for, you know, afternoon time, ain't it? But yeah, I found this the other day. Look at that, Shirley Chisholm, the first African American woman to become a congressional representative in the U.S. And I just had AA, so it must have been African American. I can't say if she was the first African American woman, or I would have wrote that. And look at that, we got Sarah Rector's book. Her parents were Joseph and Rose. She was the youngest African American millionaire. Wow. She was born in 1902. But then it was known as Twine, Indian Territory, because Oklahoma hadn't been incorporated as a state. The town belonged to the Creek Indians. Sarah's great-grandmama, Molly McQueen, was a black slave who belonged to Creek Chief Opothileyahola, Opothleyyahola, Opothleyyahola, in Alabama. And when his people was forced west of the Mississippi by the United States government, the chief took his slaves with him. In 1907, when the territory where Rector was born, Sarah Rector was born, became Oklahoma, the federal government granted each member of the Creek Nation a land allotment, including Sarah Rector. Her parents were forced to pay a land tax. See, this is how it worked out. Her parents were a land tax for their daughter's property, and the burden was so great that her father attempted to sell the land, but was blocked by state law for minors because she was a minor and it was hers. Since he couldn't sell it, her father leased it out to Standard Oil Company. After Oklahoma's statehood in 1907, the new state drew drillers hoping to get lucky. And in 1911, an independent driller struck liquid gold on her land, bringing the family royalties of $300 a day. When I wrote this right here, it would be $8,000 a day today. Yep. Her family selected Thomas Jefferson Porter as her benefactor because blacks weren't immediately given guardianship of their own children. So when newspapers picked up the story, they were living in poverty still, while her guardian was making a killing off of her oil. We got to read the book. Yeah. She married a former college football player she met in Kansas City, and they hosted Joe Louis, Duke Ellington, and Count Basie in their mansion. She too suffered from the Great Depression, which cost her much of her fortune. She died in 1967 at 65 years old and was buried in Taft, Oklahoma. Wow, yes. And then Dr. Frances Cress Wells, I write down everything. I love to draw the illustrations in the documentaries because it helps us understand what's going on. And see, they do it like that because they know a lot of us are visual. That's how we learn. Yep, that's how we learn. I mean, Bill Pickett Rodeo. I was just talking about that. Yeah. Ooh, Hidden Black History of Horse Racing. 13 of the 15 jockeys in the Kentucky Derby, Oliver Lewis. He was the first jockey to win the Derby, riding a 3-year-old horse named Chesapeake. And that was 1856 to 1924. I don't have all of them on here. That's just the first one. But we know it's 15 of them. I'm going to look them up too and put them in that book. So when we get to it and stuff, our babies, we got so much to teach them and stuff, honey. You going to put on Lulu, that little baby. Honey, they going to look at you. No. They might walk over there and turn it off themselves. Yep. Because, see, this is new for them. This is going to be so new for them. They're going to love it. But, yeah, I am spiritual. I'm spiritual for me. I'm spiritual for my people and stuff. I want us to see something different. Let's just quit looking at this same old narrative and stuff. I know we need hope. I know, your hope, your higher power been there for you through thick and thin. Black America, I know your higher power been there for you through thick and thin when you ain't never thought you were going to make it through. And it finally, it happened. That miracle that you was hoping for, it happened. And you said, thank you, Jesus. You said, thank you, Jesus. And I ain't even gave no credit, no thought, not even no benefit of the doubt. Could that have been my great-great-grandma? Could that have been my ancestor that helped me, that came through just that little bit for me? And that's all they want. Just give them a little gratitude too. Even if you is, they know we traumatized. Even if you do, got to split it up between the ancestors and Yahweh. Give some of it to them too. They did exist. They did exist. You know they existed. See, I don't know if none of them folks existed that y'all calling on stuff. I don't know. I mean, from where I'm sitting at, that's why I'm spiritual and you religious. But look at this right here. And this right here was Professor James Smalls, our brother. And if you want to look at this right here, it's a whole documentary. It's like an hour or something long, but it's real good. That's them real good ones. You put them on for an hour or something. You can put it on over and over again. I look at them repetitiously. And you can go to YouTube. It's called The Reasoning, Wisdom, Knowledge, and Understanding. The Africans referred to God as the totality of creation itself. In other words, everything that makes up God is in you. Most humans break down to over 400 elements and minerals, and all those elements and minerals can be found in the cosmology. That's the skies. That's the skies. The cosmology is all of it. You know how I told you we think there's one universe? Well, there's actually 12 universes. It's actually a multiverse up there. And that's going one way. We don't even know about the other way. They ain't told you nothing about the other way. They just said heaven. But yep, it's a multiverse up there. We don't even know about going forward or backwards. It's just so huge. And it's always been there before a sound or anything was uttered. It was all the only sound you heard was a shooting star. That was the only sound that was up there. So, I feel like anything other than that is putting it in a box. So I don't put it in a box because I'm spiritual. And that makes sense to me. But the totality of creation itself, in other words, everything that makes up God is in you. The totality of creation itself, that means everything that's alive. Everything that's alive. Everything that you name that's alive. The waters, the oceans, the seas, and the lakes. It's alive water. It's alive. The trees. This planet is alive. The ground is alive. When you take off your shoes and stuff, the elements that's in the ground, they call to the elements that's in you. Yep. That's why it was so beneficial when we didn't have shoes, when the motherfuckers used to make us barefoot. But see, even that was to our benefit because, see, we need to stay grounded. That's possibly one of the ways that kept our ancestors from losing their very sanity, was they were able to stay grounded. I don't know how. I mean, to actually did cosmic energy and Mother Gaia, did they actually take them from all of this horror? And they knew it was coming. They knew what these people were finna do to them. Did the ancestors just, take their mind so they don't feel nothing? I be thinking, yeah. And then it says, most humans break down to over 400 elements and minerals. The elements and minerals, the copper, the gold that's in the ground, the iron, it's in you too. All of that that's in the cosmos, it's in you because the cosmos manifested Black people. That's why Black people are the first people on this planet. The cosmos didn't say, I'm going to manifest this type of people or that type of people. The cosmos manifested Black people. Yep, and I ain't even going to tell you that it was the Black woman first, because it could have been her and the man. They didn't have to take no rib from nobody. If they did manifested her, they could have just manifested him too. But the cosmos manifested the Black man and the Black woman. I don't know how. Maybe it sneezed. I don't know. Maybe one of them shooting stars, actually took shape by the time it made it this far. Maybe that shooting star actually grew ahead and, it actually had the elements in it. So when it landed, on the ground like a flower, it took shape. It grew. I don't know. You're going to have to ask your pastor about this. They the ones supposed to have that connection and stuff, but they don't. They tell y'all that and stuff, but they don't. They going to tell you it sounds foolish and ask you, well, who is that told you that foolishness? And you be sure and tell them, face the nation. But anyway, and it say most humans break down to over 400 elements. See, all of this that's in you, that's in the creation, it's over 400 minerals and elements. And when it say most humans break down to that right there, I apologize, not. But I don't think it's talking about white folks. It is not talking about white folks. White folks do not break down to over 400 elements and minerals. Nope. White folks might break down to maybe 250, I guess, 25, 175. I don't know. You ask them. They the one doing all the studies and stuff. We need to study they ass. But I know, the cosmos did not manifest white folks. First of all, I know this because they can't even be in the sun too long. That's how I know for one. That's enough for me to say, hey, shit, they ass gonna have to prove it now. I ain't gotta prove it. You gotta prove it. Yeah, they got to prove it. Where the lie? It's right here. I know, face, they can go in the sun and stuff. Not all of it. They can't go in that sun too long. And it. Stop lying. They can go in the sun a little bit. Other than that, they got to come out of the sun because it's going to burn them. And some of our asses too, because we eating like white folks. We eating like white folks so much, y'all. It just, it really took me by surprise when it dawned on me. Because somebody was telling me, face, hell, we get sunburned too. Yeah, that's because our skin like paper now. Because we eat just like white folks. Our skin like paper. Our skin is like motherfucking paper now. You can just poke a hole in it. You can poke a hole in it because we eat like white folks. Yes, we eat like white folks. And the sun burn our ass to let us know, hell, what you been eating. But we act like we white. I don't know. Ask your pastor about it and stuff. That's where you be at, spend all your time and stuff. Just ask him about the cosmos up there. It's got to be more than just heaven. Why everybody just keep telling my people about heaven? Heaven, heaven, heaven. You either gonna go to hell or you gonna go to heaven. Why? Who said that? Why you got to go to heaven or hell? And why my people got to be the ones that's scared of it? What about these people right here? This culture. Yeah, I want to know what the hell is going on. What the hell done happened? All these lies and stuff told to my people. Yeah, we going to find out what's going on in Black America. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to religion. Why I'm not religious. I was religious, but I'm not now. Religion, I didn't even know. Religion, y'all, is just the path to understanding divinity. That's all. The path to understanding divinity. And I know divine is really not one of our common words that we use every day. I'm having a divine time tonight. Oh, that is so divine. It's not one of our common words, divinity. Well, not mine anyway. But that's why y'all saying, well, what the hell is divinity? Divinity, y'all, is the knowledge of the cosmos and the ground, the soil, cosmology and ecology. Yep. The cosmos and the soil, the ground. Well, it's cosmology and ecology, but yeah, that's all divinity is. And your relationship to it. What's your relationship to the cosmos and the ecology? The cosmology and the ecology. I just told you what your relationship to it is. It says right here, the totality of creation itself. Everything that makes up God is in you. And then I said most humans break down to over 400 elements and minerals. And all those elements and minerals can be found in the cosmology and the rest of the ecology. So you see, you, my sister and my brother, we are so much more than what anybody has ever told us. We so much more, honey. You know. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't understand. All I can do is show it to you like this. Maybe it'll help you out before I read, because I know you probably like this shit right here. But you know, you got to keep in mind that this is spiritual. This is not religious. I'm not religious. You know. So we're looking at this from a spiritual view. And yeah, we talking about white America too. We talking about white America. Because that's who this is about. Who's hurt Black America? And it looked like it's white America. So that's who it's about. And I just want to show how I feel about it and stuff. Now, white America. You see that right there? White America always want to talk about heaven and hell. I'm going to move that back so you can see the top too. White America always want to talk about heaven and hell. Knowing they can't even be in the sun that long. But just keep that in mind. They can't be in the sun that long. In other words, they can't go real far. They can't go real far. Because see, the farther you go, the more sun is going to be just resonating in you. By the time I get to the 12th universe, the 12th of never, honey, I'm going to be solid gold. I'm going to be like the epitome of the sun. So see, white folks can't even go that far. So white folks got y'all scared, Black America, of hell. Let's say this right here is hell. Where we at right now. And this right here is heaven. Okay? That's hell and that's heaven. This is as far as white folks going. Now, I don't know if they coming to the first realm or the ninth realm up here. But this is as far as white folks going. That's heaven right there. And that's where they want you to go. Black America. I'm going to sit back down because I'm going to have to tie all this together for you. Now, this is the first universe. Now, I already done told you that this is just not it. This is not all right here. It's 12 universes. This is just one universe. This one universe, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 universes. It's a whole multiverse. Now, we don't even know about that way. It ain't even big enough in here to go that way and stuff. But we know it's 12 universes that way, right? We know there's hell down there. That's the first universe. That's got to be heaven. Hell, I don't know. Ask your pastor. That's got to be heaven. Heaven is not up there. How is heaven going to be up there? How is heaven going to be up there? So this is heaven. This is hell. This is heaven. Heaven in the first universe. This is a whole universe up here. This is, you mean to tell me you think all of this right here is hell? Or do you think all of that is heaven? Well, we can talk about it if you want to. We can talk about it, yeah. I know this is new, ain't it? It's different. It's new. So all of these are universes. And it's 12 of them. That's why it's called a multiverse. Now, let me read it to you right here. Where's my notes at, my receipts? Because I did write this down. I'm still doing my research, too. See, I didn't know I was going to be sitting here reading. I did not know till my ancestor said, hey, that's what you're finna do. That's what you're finna do. So I started reading this stuff. Not to mention that it's 300 ET races, y'all. I don't know if y'all know about the Galactic Confederation, honey. It's a spiritual war up there going on in the cosmos. Good versus evil. Yes, it is, honey. Been going on for a long time and stuff. See, we ain't nothing but a little bit of speck down here. Yeah, honey, white folks done lied to all of us. Honey, it's a big-ass war going on up there. A spiritual war. Yep, it's spiritual down here now. This whole war, this whole attack, assault on Black people in this world. We just talking about white folks in America. What they done did to Black people stuff. But this whole assault on Black people in this world, honey, it's done angered the ancestors because they kept doing it. They kept doing it. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the 12 universes. Each universe, y'all. Each universe got 999 galaxies. I know, honey. Imagine when we leave from here, baby. Each universe got 999 galaxies. This universe right here, heaven. This universe right here. Yeah, that might be heaven by itself, ain't it? Oh, y'all really gonna be in trouble then. If this is heaven by itself, then that means you probably can't even get to the next universe. So yeah, I say what you better do is probably think about bypassing heaven. Take an exit, detour or something, but bypass heaven. But anyway, 12 universes. Each universe got 999 galaxies. You mean to tell me this universe, each one of them got 999 galaxies. Oh, you can't even see it up there, can you? Let me move the thing so you can see what I'm talking about. It'll help you better understand. Yes, each universe, y'all. Each universe got 999 galaxies. That means 999 galaxies, 999 galaxies, 999 galaxies. They all got 999 galaxies. Now, each galaxy got 999 planets. Yep. See how big it is? Can your mind, because mine can't, can you imagine how huge, how endless, how infinite the cosmos is? And they talking about heaven? Oh, honey, I'm going to stop at 7th universe before I go on to 8th, 9th, and on my way to the 12th universe, to the 12th of never. Honey, yeah, I suggest y'all do the same. You better think before you park up in there and hear me talking about all them cotton up there and stuff. It look like clouds down here. But y'all on the other side, that ain't nothing but cotton. That ain't nothing but cotton. Stop lying and start thinking. Oh, and then each planet, y'all, each planet got 9 realms. I know, I didn't know either. I promise you get your science channel, I will be there. Oh, is it astrology? You get your channel, I will be there. Sure will, honey. Now, we got to stop all this fear. We ain't got nothing to fear. We don't have nothing to fear. Whatever going to happen here on this plane, on this realm, is going to happen. And we have went along with so much. All we got to do right now is just prepare, you know. After this right here, honey, it ain't no end for us. You can go up there to the 7th or the 8th universe if you want to. You ain't got to go to heaven. And then you know what that man said when he revived the Ku Klux Klan in 1915? Oh, honey, he said he revived the Ku Klux Klan because his ass had a spiritual vision. That's what he said. It's in the book. It's in Red Summer. Where the book is? I ain't even going to get the book because I wrote it down. I ain't even going to get the book because I wrote it down on my receipt. He said he revived the Ku Klux Klan. His name was William Joseph Simmons. Right there. That was his name. He said he revived the Ku Klux Klan because he had a spiritual vision that robed men was riding across. They were galloping. He said galloping across the sky. That's what he said. Oh, and then he said it was in the shape of a map of the United States. Ain't we reading about the United States right here? Racial violence in the United States, the Ku Klux Klan. It seems, yeah, it's a connection there. I don't care how small it is. So you got your Bible and I got mine. This is spiritual right here. By now, you understand that this is spiritual and you ain't even got to be here no more. Because if you want to say, I ain't even finna argue with her because don't none of that ever make sense. It ain't going to never make sense. That's because you ain't even trying to open your mind up. You rather stay dedicated to being ignorant. Black America. Self-hate. Oh, yeah, it's got a term. The terminology is dedicated ignorance because you refuse to think about anything. You refuse to consider anything. You refuse to give your benefit of the doubt to anything other than white America. And that's our problem right there. White America done hurt us so bad that we can't think for ourselves. We can't function for ourselves. We can't visualize for ourselves. We can't fight for ourselves. I know it's white America. And when we done with this era of slavery, when we done with this era, I know white America still gonna be the reason why we won't even come together. Because we scared of what they motherfucking ass is gonna say. When we never should have integrated with them this much anyway. Hell, I understand, hell, you got to work with their asses and shit. Fine. Work and make your money. But all this having babies and just forgetting about our own people. That right there should have woke us up. When we knew, oh, hell, I ain't listened to Dick Gregory, hell, in 3 years. Hell, Becky keep bringing her motherfucking ass over here, shit. With all her cousins and shit. Then your ass should have said, no, this ain't gonna work. You should have just kept playing it. Her ass would have got up and left. But see, that's how we do. We just sacrifice everything. Just give it up. Yeah. You know. But this man, yeah, he revived the Ku Klux Klan in 1915. Him and 15 of his friends went up on Stone Mountain, William Joseph Simmons, and he had a speech he done wrote and everything. He seen the lynching of Leo Frank, and then he watched Birth of a Nation. Oh, you know, Birth of a Nation is the remix of that movie Klansman. Ain't that some shit? I tried to watch Birth of a Nation, just the first few minutes. It's a silent movie. It's black and white. We'll watch it together because I didn't get very far. But you know, he revived it, the Ku Klux Klan. And he said that this is how he saw himself. He who traversed the realm of the unknown rested. He didn't say wrestled. Well, I would have wrote wrestled. He said, oh yeah, I did write wrestled. See, look, but I marked it out. Because hell, he didn't say wrestled. He said rested. That means, you know, when you got to hold somebody and they keep trying to get away, and that's what he talking about. Rested. So he said this is how he saw himself. He who traversed the realm of the unknown wrested the solemn secret from the grasp of night and became the sovereign emperor master of the great lost mystery. And I was wondering, what the hell is he talking about? But see, he's a Klansman. He was in Atlanta. Stone Georgia is in Atlanta. Leo Frank was lynched in Atlanta. You know, that's where he was at. So Atlanta folks and stuff, they saw him as he walked around all big and stuff with all these medals on him. He was a colonel too. When I first read about him and stuff, it said he tried to be in that book, Red Summer. I had never heard of him before. And it said that he tried to be a minister. He sold insurance. And it was something else he tried to do. Oh, he tried to practice medicine. Kind of like James Marion Sims, the father of medicine. They had no studies, no nothing. But white folks said he was the father of medicine. Oh, motherfucking ass, all that horror and stuff he was doing to black women and black babies. But that's how they do. But I digress. Yeah, I digress. And so, yeah, he done did all of this and stuff, you know, and Atlantans knew who he was. You know, and it said he would be walking around and stuff all big and puffed out and stuff. He had all them charms on him and stuff. It didn't say medals. It said charms. You know, he was a colonel, so he probably had one or two. But it wasn't nothing like the black soldiers who came back hunting from the war. They dominated everything. They had all the medals. Black men had so many medals in that one war. I don't know if it was a Revolutionary War, II, or what. But black men came back, must have been the Civil War, came back with so many medals. Honey, one of them was the United States had created that Purple Heart and had created 3 of them. Honey, I think it was black men that won all of them because the United States, all hell no, we ain't even doing it no more. Fuck. We ain't doing the heart no more. I think they restarted it and stuff because see what happened was other countries was like, wow, that's an awesome idea. We're going to have a medal for our troops. You know, our troops are brave, you know, to even go out there and put their life on the line. But, you know, what they call it, the really prestigious troops that go beyond, over and beyond and stuff like that. You know, so the black men won them 3 medals, honey, and they were like, oh shit, we ain't doing this no more here. Fuck it, shit. Y'all ass can't even win 3 medals. Because, you know, black men won everything. We talk about that in the daytime and stuff. But anyway, let's get back to this man right here. I figured it out. I had been thinking about it. What the hell is he talking about? He who traversed the realm of the unknown. That's a black woman's body. Because I thought about when Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said, she did. She said that a white man told her that a white man told her that they don't feel like a man unless they've had a black woman. Hey, I don't know if it still applies today because I don't know how they feel about it. Hell, I don't know if they ass still think like this and like this. In my opinion, hell, it's a possibility. You better keep your eyes open. You know, I don't put myself in the situation. So, you know, you got to ask them that. Not that they're going to tell your ass the truth. But that's what he said. He who traversed the realm of the unknown. That's a black woman's body. His motherfucking ass sitting here speaking in code. He who traversed the realm of the unknown, as if his ass is really learning about the skies. You really think he talking about the cosmos? A Klansman. He revived the Ku Klux Klan. He ain't talking about the cosmos, the midnight, the stars, the earth, the moon, the sun. He ain't talking about nothing about nature. He talking about the black woman's body. He who traversed the realm of the unknown, wrested the solemn secret from the grasp of night. Remember I told you it's like, you know, like 2 animals going at it and stuff, and once one get tired and stuff and weak, and then the other grab them real tight and stuff. The black woman trying to get away, and his ass just keep on and wear her down and just hold and restrain her. And then he just have his way with her. That's what his ass talking about. The solemn secret. He wrested the solemn secret from the grasp of night and became the sovereign emperor master of the great lost mystery. Now he can tell other white men, I know what it's like. I'm a man. I know what it's like. I done had, you know, the black woman. So that's what his ass meant. He who traversed the realm of the unknown, wrested the solemn secret from the grasp of night and became the sovereign emperor master of the great lost mystery. You ask Brad what the hell going on. Shit, your ass the one laying up with him married. Shit, you the one done married. You ask him what it mean then. Oh, face, he don't think like that. That's not his mentality. Well, tell him to ask his damn granddaddy. Because my show don't know. My brother don't know what the hell this shit mean. Hell, at least ask somebody that know. They got this mindset. And ain't nobody got it but the Klansmen. So hell, there ain't no black Klansmen. Ain't your ass do right shit. Quit lying to us. You lying to yourself. You the one done sit up there and got yourself in the lion's den. And then you want to sit there and make us think you so happy. Oh, Brad just saved the day. He's just awesome. I ain't never wanted for nothing. I have never felt unprotected. I'm always loved. He's so attentive. Yeah, till the shit is over and it's time to say, hey, to Karen ass, kick that door in. Boom. So, sister, you thought you had Brad? Y'all still don't get it, sister. All this time, y'all still think we want to have something to do with y'all. No, we got you exactly where we want you again, sister. Now you and them little rug rats, get y'all ass in there and cook dinner. Brad gonna be standing there, but sister, you still my wife. You still the wife, sister. You just the slave wife. Ain't that some bullshit? Y'all see, you don't think about nothing. Black America, we don't think about nothing. We don't create no scenarios except for how we gonna look in this Louis Vuitton. How we gonna look in, we just pictured when we put on that Louis Vuitton, the whole outfit. And we walk down Main Street, honey. Oh, honey, we walk down Broadway. Can't nobody tell us nothing. We walking like John Travolta, honey, and somebody else shit. Yeah, but that's what it meant. That's what he meant. Yeah. And then he had he produced his own, made his own pamphlets for the Ku Klux Klan. A pamphlet called "The ABC of the Invisible Empire," declared the goals of the KKK to protect white women, save the white race, and some more bullshit. It's in the book over there. And did you want to go to heaven with these pictures right here? I forgot that man that was on Dr. Joy DeGrasse. Yeah, we finna read. And he said that black folks ain't got no soul anyway. So hell, what you going up there with their ass for? See, the Bible teaching y'all all of this, go to heaven, go to heaven, go to heaven. Y'all waiting on you. Y'all hoochie were waiting on you. They ain't told your ass that William Joseph Simmons waiting on you. No, they ain't told you that William Joseph Simmons waiting on you. Yep. Him and them 15 men that went up on the Stone Mountain and, to do the christening of the KKK, all them other Ku Klux Klansmen, they up there in heaven waiting on your ass. Oh, I guess you're going to be sitting up in there with the pastor. I don't know. Y'all the ones, hell ain't asked no questions. Shit, y'all the ones just blindly believe and forgive. Oh, I forgive them, pastor, I forgive them. You sure will. You sure will gonna forgive them. They ain't forgave you. But we just got to start thinking. We done forgot everybody. I mean, yeah. And for y'all to think that my people is in heaven, you is a lie. You is a motherfucking lie. Our people, John Hartfield is not in heaven with the motherfuckers that cut off his fingers, his toes. He ain't in heaven with none of them. Dismembered him. Actually, white folks actually crawled through the other white folks and just cut a piece of meat out of him just so they could take it home and have some raw hide. Pregnant white women coming to the lynchings and stuff, holding their baby. They so faint today, you can't say nothing to them. They'll break out crying. But honey, they had them babies, them unborn babies, honey. If the baby would turn looking at the lynching. But see, we supposed to be so sympathetic, keep them so tender, handle them tender, gentle. Be gentle with white folks. Because see, they ain't never had nothing hard. No, they always did everything hard. They always been the clannimal. The animals of this planet ain't got nothing on clanimals. They ain't got nothing on them. That's why they extinct now. A whole lot of pets of this world in the animal kingdom extinct, gone forever. When white folks, they done create this whole futuristic world, y'all. When the robot dogs hit the street and they become it ain't gonna happen right away. Dogs gonna really run. Your dog, I don't care if it is a Rottweiler, a pit bull, hell, it's still gonna run when they see that robotic dog. And once robotic dogs become the norm, our dogs finna stand up on their back legs. Yes, they finna stand up on their back. I don't know if they finna sound like Scooby-Doo or who, I don't know. But see, we're in a whole new simulation now. You thank white America for that. You thank the people that be for that. And white America let them do it. See, white America was the ones that turned things. White America could have turned things around, like the state of Kentucky. And that leads me to think that's why we got to read this. Because I'm inclined to believe that all the states did this. See, what happened was, and we read about racial violence in Kentucky, 1865 to 1940. This ain't our first book. That was actually our second book. Our first book was Red Summer of 1919 and the Awakening of Black America. Then we read Racial Violence in Kentucky, 1865 to 1940. So what happened in that book was, white folks doing black people like they were doing something. Then the state of Kentucky said, hey, white folks, you can't do this no more. You cannot just slaughter, burn, lynch, and drag black men through this town no more, through our towns, through our state. The whole state, you got to stop doing it. That's what the state of Kentucky said. They put the notice out for white folks, so they all must have been talking about it. Every city, every little town, they must have been talking about it, saying, hey, yeah, we got to stop this. We want Kentucky to be a welcoming state. We need Kentucky to grow. We need people to move here to Kentucky and bring their businesses and their families. So they went and finally they told white America and stuff, well, we're going to need all of y'all to stop doing what you're doing. And probably some little small areas said, all right, we can get with it. We won't do it publicly anymore. We'll still do it. We won't do it publicly anymore, And then other white folks, Kentuckians, said, hell no. We can't stop. We need to do this. We must do this. And, it took them a while. They would not give in. But the only way they gave in to the state of Kentucky is if they said, hey, we'll stop. We'll stop slaughtering them. But you got to convict them and lynch them immediately. No trial, no nothing. If a black man accused of something, you got to get him and you got to hang him right now. You don't get to take him to jail. You don't get to let him see his family. Sometimes you don't even take him to see the victim. But, sometimes them white women were like, oh, bring him, get him, bring him, lynch him below my window so I can see him die. Now the love is so thick. Hell, you don't know if you should eat it or just set it in the sun and use it as a rock. And so, yeah, that's what white men would do, even if it was a black man that didn't even do the crime. Yeah, they just get another black man to take him over there. And then the white woman, she was so near faint, she didn't even look. Oh, yeah, that's him. That's him, Bubba. And it was a wrap. It was done. Yep. So for all of this to be happening in the world now, that's called white America. White America let it be known we ain't standing up for nobody. We won't stand up for nobody's rights. And they sure don't. Nope. But now the shit hitting the fan, everybody getting some of this oppression now, ain't it? Yeah. Martin Luther King said, injustice to one is injustice to all. And white folks thought he was talking to us. Yeah, white folks thought Martin Luther King was talking to us. I guess they thought he was telling us, don't you try to get them white folks back. See, they ain't never willing to take accountability for themselves. He should have just said white folks, because that made them think he was talking to us. When they the ones have created the greatest travesty right here in America. Right here in America. And still doing it. Still perpetrating it. Everybody getting some of it now, I see. Everybody crying and freaking out and stuff. White America don't know what to do. They ain't making these robots fast enough for their motherfucking asses here. Where's Sophia? The robot Sophia, humanoid robot Sophia. She got citizenship. In Switzerland somewhere, honey. Yes, honey, a humanoid robot got citizenship. Hell, it took our ass here. Shit, damn near, forever. But yeah, so I'm just like, hell, shit, white folks, they just don't want to do for themselves. Just don't want to do for themselves. They don't care who got to wash their ass, watch their babies, cook that food, clean that house. They don't want to do it. No, put my corset, tie it up. Yeah, why all of this futuristic world and stuff? Why ain't somebody saying, hey, we don't need all of that? And then think about it and stuff, to allow all this inoculation, on everybody and stuff. And, it's just anti-life. In Black America, we done fell for all of it. We fell for all of it, everything. We ain't questioned nothing. Not now agenda, not now event. We ain't questioned nothing. We ain't even had a doubt in our mind that white America could be playing us for a motherfucking fool. And everybody said it. Yeah. Malcolm said it as plain as he could. Who taught you to hate yourself? Martin told us, I think I led y'all in a burning house. Yep. And we ain't heard nothing. Trying to be like white America. Trying to think like white America, just living like white folks. If our ancestors could talk to us right now, I bet if y'all dogs could talk to y'all right now, I bet they would tell y'all, you know, you acting, y'all want to be white. Do y'all black people want to be white? Because the whole time we've been dogs and we've been down on fours and we've been waiting on y'all to feed us and take us outside and stuff. And y'all sit up here and y'all talk to each other and stuff. But when we be out, we talk to each other too. That's what the dogs gonna say. We talk to each other too. And these white folks still playing y'all for a fool. Yep. Then what the hell is Black America gonna do? Whoop the dog? I'm just saying shit. I know. Let's read. Let's see what time it is. Let's read. You know, I'm just saying. I be thinking. I just be thinking. Yep. Be thinking about my people. I don't care about nobody else shit here. Everything else I done learned shit crazy as hell. Shit, I can have my own thoughts then shit. So, okay, I'm the only one that's got to go there. Or there. It says white folks saying, you don't believe you going to hell. Shit, I am in hell. Shit, right here. Yeah, my scholars, my experts, critical thinkers, mentors, my ancestors told me I can come back to earth. Because, see, I can go all out there. I can play musical numbers if I want to. Yep, in that whole multiverse right there, white folks can't go there. Ask them then. Ask them. Ask them. I said, if the sun stopped their ass from going right here, the sun stopped their ass from going right here. What make you think that they can go all up there? See, it don't even make sense. You mean to tell me, oh, see, that's why they only say go to heaven. Because that's as far as they can go. I don't know. They got to prove it. I ain't got to prove nothing. So, no, I don't have to prove nothing. So, yeah, I ain't going with nobody. Y'all going by yourself. Yep, I'm going to the 12th and never. And if I want to, I'll come back, you know, to this realm again. I don't know about if I'm going to come this far down, shit. Y'all ass want to stay around these folks forever and ever. You know, it's just like, for real. Y'all really want to be with white folks in life and afterlife. When y'all be thinking about heaven and stuff, it ain't even afterlife. Heaven is hell. That's still part of hell right there. You ain't going to have much freedom up there. It's just going to be real big. All them, that cotton, that's just going to be more cotton to pick. See, we ain't even thought about none of this and stuff. We ain't asked the pastor nothing when he be teaching us. And we just, oh, excuse me, pastor. No, we let him tell us what the Bible means and stuff because he went to that school. But hell, in that school, is anybody asking any questions? What is it, the biblical theology school or something like that? Ain't nobody asking no questions there. I mean, it would be a different thing with me if churches still were sincere. Because I remember churches, you know, especially when I watch our movies and stuff where they would be having meetings and stuff. Black people would. And the clans would just bust in the door on their horses and shit. But churches ain't like that no more, hun. I'm like, shit, churches is selling out now. You better go ask for your money back. I'm just saying. Shit, you better go ask for your money back. Because as you can see right now, the shit is hitting the fan. The world is on fire. You need all the money you can get so you can start your pantry. Because, honey, if I was still going to church, I sure would. I'll come home and tell y'all, yep, I told my pastor I need my tithing back. And we're going to have a meeting next week. But, yep, you better go get your money back. Well, whatever they can give you before everybody else catch on and start going to tell they pastor, I need my tithes back. I want to put in a refund. I don't know how you going to tell it to them. Shit, just be sure and tell them to go look at their books because they going to see that you've been tithing every Sunday. Hey, I'm just saying, let them keep it if you want to. I don't care. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. In other words, you know, it ought to come with interest. It's church, ain't it? Oh, maybe he'll tell you that he going to give you something else instead. Maybe one of them cars that they got. I don't know. Just let us know how that go. But yeah, let's read though. Because, you know, I'll keep us here all night, honey. Sure was. And I got my receipts right here too. But yeah, look how far we done got in this book. I know, right? We done read this much. We got this much right here to go. I think I'm on the right page. I had took out my little things to keeping up with it. But I think this is where we was at right here. Because I don't remember reading this part right here. Ooh, we have classified the 72 rights for which data are available in terms of the nature of the immediate precipitant of the violence. And then, you know, before I get started stuff, I just want to say that, yeah, reading is fundamental. And I can't wait till we all read together. Because I'm beginning to feel like, you know, it did start out sincerely, you know, in that, you know, the Black people were the victims. Still are the victims. Even today, we still are the victims, the hurt victims. But this book seemed to take a turn. To me, it seemed like he started saying when Black people started defending themselves is when he started saying that Black people were the rioters, the looters, the violent ones. And all of a sudden, the white people are the counter rioters. White people are the victims. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. This is my first time reading this book anyway. So, you know, we're going to read it together. We're going to read it again anyway. It might be 7 years from now. I'll be reading the precipitance of underline. You know, but yeah, we're going to read it and stuff because I'm just like, wow, is he really saying this about Black people? Like hell, we supposed to raise up and defend ourselves, but real soft. Soft like, you know. Not just try to knock their motherfucking head off once they cross that border and try to get in our communities. Because, see, that's when Black men started standing up. When they realized, oh, hell, they coming into the community. Yeah, so they started blocking the roads and stuff. When they come on the east side, they were right there waiting on them. When they try to come on the other side to get into the community and stuff, Black men were right there waiting on them. They were posted up. And that's when, you know, they had called in the military. And then one of the massacres, because they wasn't riots, and one of the massacres, the military motherfucking ass got there. That might have been in Kentucky. Got there, but they made it to the Klansmen, the Clanimals first. But they told the military that the Black men was throwing rocks and bottles and shooting at them and stuff, you know. And so the military gave they motherfucking ass some more weapons and ammunitions and everything, honey. And then the military and the white men and stuff, honey, went and massacred the Black people. Yep. They had to retreat. So, you know, I don't believe none of this is really gone, you know, in white folks. I wish they had just told us for all the love. I wish that she felt for you and you felt for her. My sister, my brother, however it may be. I wish they had told you, you know, I love you enough that I think I love you unconditionally. And I don't want you to have this tie forever with my people. With my people. Even if white folks don't know. Let's say Sabrina didn't know her great-great-grandmama, her great-great-granddaddy. Because the white women was out there too. Even if she didn't know that they was the ones out there in them pictures and shit in Red Summer, her ass know they racist. She know enough to know what she getting you in for life, man. Because, see, now you got these babies together. Now you got kids, grandkids together and stuff. Now you got to forever hold your peace and your emotions about what's happened. Unless you got personal freedom. That go for all of us. Unless you got personal freedom. Hey, even if I had some babies by someone other than a black man, I would still have to make the decision. Whose side am I on? Who am I loyal to? And I can either still be a coward and not mention nobody, not John Hartfield, not Jesse Thornton, not James Byrd, not Maurice Mays, not Joe Ruffin, not his sons, not Mary Turner, not her unborn baby. I would still have to make the decision, whose side am I on? Where is my loyalty at? You see how that works? So see, just because we tied ourselves in to this, don't mean we need to forever stay tied in it. I don't know what you do. You're going to have to make your decision. But as far as me, what I think you need to do is teach your kids and your babies to let your lineage live on. Love who you going to love, but at least give them the right information. We need our people to live on now. Same way white folks been dogging this, been dogging us. All because of white genetic survival? Hell, you can't even go in the sun. I thought Blade was because you want to be able to go in the sun. See, it was the insincerity. Black people, the children of the sun, we so forgiving, so loving, so trusting. We got all the keys. Let me show you the keys that we got, y'all. That's how I know it was possible. This is how I know it's possible. And see, yeah, I'm spiritual. I think a whole lot of stuff when I've been listening to my ancestors and my critical thinkers, my mentors and stuff. We got the keys because the cosmos manifested us. Now, everybody know these keys. They just regular keys. You get in your house, whatever, you just got regular keys, right? But the ancestors gave us a special key for black people. Anybody can get them other keys and open the door. Whatever their key to. And see, white America done got all them other keys. Yes, honey, they got every key. Do you hear me? They at their wits end now. I don't even think they want to be human no more. I don't know. Don't tell me what to say. Hell, everybody's saying what they think. White folks done got every key off of us in every aspect of life. Yep. Pretty much. But that one key, that one particular key, they can't get it. And it ain't no regular key. That key is unusual. It's unlike anybody else's key. Yeah, this key right here. See that right there was the first one. This one right here was the first one. But see, it's new and improved now. This right here is the key that's inside of us. We can't give them this key. They can't get it. The cosmos gave us this key, and it didn't give it to us physically or emotionally or physically. We can't just hand it to white folks, you know. But if white folks had been sincere with black people, see, y'all know we would have done everything in all of our cosmic power to make sure that their asses would live on too, that they would naturally, gradually, have enough sufficient melanin that would enhance them and their mindset. Shit, they would have been able to go further than heaven if they wanted to. But see, white America ain't never made the right decision where we were concerned. That's why the cosmos is not forgiving. And I ain't either. I'm not either. No, why should I? And that's why I'm not. Dr. Francis Chris Williams said I ain't even got to. Yep, they the ones did all of this. I know it. I already said it. If I find out that they didn't do it and stuff, then I'll let y'all know. Hey, it's something else. It's something else wrong with Black America. I will. Yeah. Oh yeah, we read this right here because I remember all of those. Resources and stuff. Yeah, Lee and Humphrey and Rudwick and Smelser and Turner and Suris and stuff. Yeah, a comparative analysis. Yeah, we read all of that right there, y'all. I know, right? Oh, because we really want to get done with this book. And then we can move on to the next. Lynchings in Duluth. Mm-hmm. Yep, I know everybody be talking about Minnesota nice. I didn't know nothing about it either. This is my first time ever hearing about it and stuff. I didn't know they were going to be one of the books. You know, it was a few years ago. I think I did hear about it some years ago. But that was my first time ever hearing about it and stuff. I didn't know. I don't know if I thought it was just isolated incidents and stuff, because I forgave everything. I know I forgave everything, honey. Yeah, I just didn't know what all it entailed. I didn't know forgiving white America for slavery was actually letting them think it was okay. Letting them think that they don't have to be held accountable. See, whereas that was okay with us, perhaps, it wasn't okay with the ancestors. It wasn't okay with the cosmos. It's not okay with Mother Gaia. Do you know how many black cities and towns, y'all, they underwater? White folks literally flooded black cities and towns. Yep, just flooded them. Just put water in them and flooded them. Lake Lanier and all of them, they were black towns. Yep, I don't know. Hell, I ain't never been there before. I ain't been nowhere. I just been reading too. But someone said in the comments of one of them videos that I was watching and stuff that, you know, they wasn't even sure that black people got out of the town. I mean, can you imagine somebody in their house? The doors is shut, the windows is shut. So, you know, when they expire and stuff, they can't get out. It's underwater. I know, yeah, I know. You ain't got to tell me, honey. You sure don't. I ain't never thought that this would be it. I never thought this would be it. You know, the revealing and stuff, but it is something happening. It's a shift going on. We have awakened. We're in another awakening. Hell, I didn't know. I didn't even know about the first awakening. White folks ain't told us nothing. White folks thought we were going to be dumb forever. They thought we were going to keep all these secrets forever. They thought since we forgot about our loved ones, and we did. We forgot about our loved ones. We forgot about all the victims, all the Jesuses. They're my Jesuses. Yeah, these are my Jesuses right here. Yeah, Jesse Thornton, Jeff Brown, John Hartfield, James Byrd, John Holiday, and Henry Ruffin. Them were Joe Ruffin's sons. You know, yeah, Willie Williams. Willie Williams was Joe Ruffin's best friend. But see, when they had Joe Ruffin in jail, and then they moved him to another location so that the white people wouldn't get him, because, you know, white folk were going to the jail, getting the black men and stuff. Oh, yeah. When Kentucky said, okay, you know, we're going to lock them up, honey, white folk were going storming the jail. Mm-hmm. So they had to move the black man a lot of times. Sometimes the white sheriff and stuff would just give them the keys and let them go in there and get the black man, and they go hang him and stuff. And a couple of them, the white man with the sheriff with the key and stuff, he took his ass in another cell. Yeah, he took his ass in another cell and just locked himself in the cell and left the black men at the mercy of the white mobs and stuff. Yeah. So, you know, these right here, these are my Jesuses. Yeah. And we reread these books and stuff. I hope they mine so I can mark in them. Because this one right here is not mine. Racial violence in Kentucky, 1865, 1940, that was not mine. Because it was one of our brothers. I don't know if the motherfucker was on their way to burn a cross or what have you, but they had him on some wood. And they were making him walk. Literally dragging a cross. So I don't know, you know, Black America, how or when you gonna start thinking about everything. Because, honey, we ain't safe. We ain't never been safe. We just been tolerated. These folks just been tolerating us. But they at the end of their rope, can't y'all tell they getting tired? They can't get what they want? Now this whole new world coming up and stuff. Then what about Jim Grant? Jim Grant was lynched in front of his father. Them white folks made his daddy leave. They went and got his daddy. Go get his daddy now. Bring him here. They went and got his daddy and forced him to come and watch them beat, cut, mutilate, and then they lynched his son. Jim Grant, yeah. And they told him he either leave or he was gonna be up there with him. Yeah, because they said he did something to some white woman. But he had a white girlfriend at home, I think. But then they said he assaulted another white woman and stuff. You know, it's just so much. We don't even know nothing about it. You know, I wonder if I say Hajira Negroes. Just say it out loud. Just say it. How many people? White folks will know it, black folks won't. It means black people running for their lives. That's how many times we had to flee from white America. Yep. Tens of thousands of people. It said that I read that Tulsa, Oklahoma, it was 10,000 black people ran for their lives out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. All of them were in shock, traumatized. Yep, to get away from white folks. So see, they don't fool me. No. It don't seem to me like they've had a healing. No, it seemed to me like, honey, they just done had a what do you call it? Just laying low. You know. Oh, her name was Viola Fletcher and Mr. Ellis. I think he might have passed away. But they were two of the survivors of the Tulsa race riot. When I seen it, I wrote their name on here and stuff. And Biden still didn't give them reparations. And she still have nightmares about it. It's so many videos and stuff on YouTube, you know, and other channels too. You know, white America can't get away from it. It's being exposed now. Yeah, it's being exposed now. All I can say is admit it. Repent and repay. Yeah. Oh, so also I see you got your ass up in here again, huh? Also, Duro. You better not start talking that shit and stuff. I'm gonna cuss your ass out and put you in motherfucking detention. Because you ain't supposed to be in here anyway. As soon as I find out how to block your ass, you finna get up out of here. Yeah, you go somewhere else and you praise white people over there. You don't give them no praise up in here. All right, then. Let's read, y'all. So we're going to start with the precipitate. Oh, we are on part 3. We are on part 3 of this book. And it's so far back here, you know. But yeah, we on part 3. There it is right there. See, we just started part 3. See? Part 3. I know, right? We're doing good. The precipitants and underlying conditions of race riots. And we know they are massacres. These were not race riots like they told us. They lying. They are literally intentionally lying. These was not race riots. They weren't. In my opinion, they weren't. And I listened to our elders. They the ones said these was not race riots. I believe them. It ain't nothing white America can say to me to justify this. And Dr. George Fraser, he said that white folks justified slavery and Jim Crow and shit biblically, spiritually. They justified it, y'all. He said they got to be insane morally to justify the evils that they have done. Yeah, I shared that video. Now, if I find it, I'm going to share it again, too. Oh, no, this is the wrong one. Let me get back to I put the thing in here. Yeah, if I find it, I'll share it again. Because he the one said it. I'm not the only one saying they ass is crazy. They ass is motherfucking insane. What do they really have in mind? Because he'll tell us now. Tell us now. See, they ain't got to fake the funk no more. They done built up a whole new futuristic world now. At least let us know what it's going to be. Or I will. That's just it. Or I will. I ain't by myself. It's a whole lot of us out here. Yeah, they saying the same thing. Yep. But let's read. Theory, taxonomic, exotic, psychological, and sociological. Ooh, taxonomic. I ain't never even heard that word before. Well, let's read. The distinctions made in assigning selections to chapter 10, patterns, 11, empirical generalization, or 12, theory, are in some ways arbitrary. None of the selections in 10 and 11 are a theoretical, since classificatory. Whoa, classificatory. Classificatory. I know, right? Classificatory theories inform taxonomies. Oh, let's read that again. Shit, I'm hot. I'm about to have to let up the window or something. Okay. Or 12, theory, are in some ways arbitrary. None of the selections in 10 and 11 are a theoretical, since classificatory theories inform taxonomies. And several of the selections in the theory chapter include data. But I have attempted in this chapter to include selections which span the range of theoretical perspectives on racial violence, though by no means all viewpoints are represented. As I suggested in the introduction, there are two principal perspectives which inform attempts to explain violence, one focusing on the individual and the other focusing on the social structure within the individual behavior, within which individual behavior occurs. Yeah, I fucked that. Let's read that again. One focusing on the individual and the other on the social structure within which individual behavior occurs. In the initial selection, I have tried to show how the location of an individual within the social structure can influence the perspective he chooses. The paper combines taxonomic and social structural interpretation. I know, I hope y'all get that. Because it was deep, wasn't it? Hell, and this is just the second paragraph. Ain't no pictures in this book either. So, following a classificatory paper by Dalk, Dahlke, all are 4 papers representing various psychological perspectives. Sturber's paper represents a psychoanalytic position. The papers by Clark and Barker represent social psychology from the psychological wing of that perspective. And Radford's paper represents the analytical perspective of social psychological study of attitudes. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's what it said. I read it right. It says Sturber's paper represents a psychoanalytic position. The papers by Clark and Barker represent social psychology from the psychological wing of that perspective, and Radford's paper represents the analytical perspective of social psychological study of attitudes. In the next 2 papers, I have attempted to show the central importance of the posture and strength of external agencies of control in the occurrence or non-occurrence of social violence. Waskow, Waskow, basing his analysis on the review of historical evidence, has attempted to show ways in which changes in those external agencies have been occurring and the consequences of these changes for changes in modes of assault upon the accommodative structure by Black people. Finally, 2 brief selections from the theoretical chapter of Williams' excellent study, Strangers Next Door, 1964, have been included to indicate the directions which theory building in the study of social conflict and social violence might take. It said might take. Ooh, I know. This good though, ain't it? We finna study their asses now. It's time to study white America now. Even though, he pretty much making their ass seem like the victims and stuff. But that's what we're doing. We're going to be studying and critiquing their ass. 3 views of urban violence: civil disturbance, racial revolt, and class assault. Why I feel like this right here just going to be talking about black people hating on black people. But let's read. Aside from some spectacular happenings in the world of sport and the continuing conflict in and about Vietnam, it is probable that no topic has been more discussed in the year drawing to a close, 1967, than that of urban violence. Events of the last 4 summers have left behind over 100 dead, thousands injured, property damage which can simply not be calculated, and a population schizophrenically both outraged and conscience-stricken. Researchers, scholarly, journalistic, and governmental, have prowled the stricken cities like graves registration units after military combat and have come up with causal explanations ranging from the standards of unemployment and bad living conditions to the more specialized interpretations of insufficient socialization and the decline of religious values. Oh, they're going to blame black folks. It so seems what it looked. Let's read. The researchers have been both preceded and followed by right and left, and white and black extremists. These observers have their explanations and their recommended solutions. Embarrassed liberals find themselves accused either of having capitulated to extremist black power or of being, when the chips are down, white racists. Embarrassed traditional spokesmen of the minority community find themselves out of contact with the masses they claim to represent, under parliamentary attack in their own organizations, and threatened with physical attack by adversaries who claim that they have sold out to whitey. Government officials variously increase funds for the war on poverty or counsel the war on rats, increase funds for law enforcement, and create new commissions for study of the problem. Yeah, study of the problem. The Negro problem. Is this where all this is leading to? Because study of the problem. Is this the answer that they came up with? The American dilemma. Y'all, we're going to have to get this too. The American dilemma, the Negro problem, and modern democracy too. So it was a part 1. But anyway, y'all, I digress. This right here is a 1944 publication, and it's the largest study, y'all, on Black America. Black America right here. America. Black America. It's 1,408 pages of genocide. I wrote it down right there. I didn't write down who the author is. But, oh, yes, I did. I didn't write his name down. But it was commissioned during the Roosevelt administration, financed by the Carnegie Foundation, and organized by a Swedish-born author. But all we need is the title to get the book. We don't even need his damn name. We just need the title of the book. So is this the problem that they talking about right here? Oh, my ancestors. It sure seems like it, don't it? But let's read. We're going to find out. Black leadership castigates the mass media. The mass media responds in kind. The urban violence is linked by various people in various ways to violence in Vietnam. Confusion, good intentions, and recrimination are equally rampant. Only the foolhardy make predictions, except to state that, troubled as the situation is, there are no prospects for immediate improvement. The period of classic race rioting in the United States, which dates from about the time of the First World War, let me back up. The period of classic race, and it said classic race, The period of classic race rioting in the United States, which dates from about the time of the First World War, was one in which whites responded to Negro insubordination and pushiness by direct assault upon the minority. Direct assault in which mobs of white civilians took part. And you can see Grimshaw, 1963a. In these riots, a difference emerged from earlier pogroms, P-O-G-R-O-M-S, whatever that is. In these riots, a difference emerged from earlier pogroms in that Negroes fought back. And in some instances, racial mobs attacked smaller groups or individuals of the other group. The Detroit race riot of 1943 was such a case, one in which large mobs of whites and Negroes directly confronted members of the opposite group in a pattern of racial warfare. And that's Grimshaw, 1960. Grimshaw is him. Yeah, this Grimshaw right here. Alan D. Grimshaw. That's a picture of him. That's a picture of him right there. But see, we got to tell our own stories. We need to be telling our own stories anyway, because to me, I could be wrong in, reading this like I'm reading this stuff. Because reading is, it's fundamental, But to even sway, even in the tiniest bit that, Black people became the aggressor, because even after the massacres and the race riots ended and Black people turned on themselves, that was a sickness resulting from the trauma that was inflicted from white America. I just feel like everybody's lying and, everybody is steady perpetrating. This right here, that's why no one feels like, Black America deserves or even should have, our healing. That's what I feel. The most immediately obvious difference between the Detroit disturbances in 1943 and those in 1967 is that in the latter, there were no significant cases in which Black and white civilians directly attacked members of the other race. Indeed, while the significance of such activity has been overestimated, whites and Negroes occasionally cooperated in attacks upon the police and upon commercial establishments. Moreover, there were not in 1967, as there had been in earlier violence, widely circulated rumors in each of the groups about cross-racial assaults upon women and children. Moreover, there were not in 1967, as there had been in the earlier violence, widely circulated rumors in each group about cross-racial assaults upon women and children. Oh, you mean they talking about like when in that other book and stuff, it was talking about white folks was saying that a white woman was hurt by a Black man, and then they would embellish the story and say, oh, she was beat so bad, she's in a coma. Oh, she was pregnant, And a lot of times come find out it was some white man that did it. But the Black man, they just immediately got him, whether he was coming from work, hospital, church, the grocery store with his groceries, and just hung him up like he was the one that did this stuff. I just don't really see no healing being done, no sincerity about any of this. How dare you try to hide this forever and ever? Like Dr. Joy DeGrasse said, well, how long y'all plan on keeping this a secret? White America? From us. And other groups of people. Other groups of people. Shit, since y'all ain't want to be like white folks here, shit, we gonna let you be like white folks. Be like white folks if you want to, honey. Just stay the hell away from us too. Because see, this is a mindset right here that play too many games with us. Too much manipulation. You see, no sincerity. No, we need to be with people that let us think. We need to be around people that let us think, people that want the best for us. Instead of spending all our time and our seed and our egg, our money, our ideas, our dreams and hopes, our creations and stuff with a people that don't even care. So what if they sacrifice their granddaughter so your ass can marry her and have some babies? Hell, white folks ain't never cared about that. Hell, it might have been a plan anyway. Shit, let your daughters go over there for at least maybe 75 years. Let's let them mingle and marry. Hell, we'll turn it back around and let our people know, hell, we just did that. Ha! I got them. We got their asses. See, we don't even think about shit. But then I always got to think, you better not believe Face. Don't you trust Face? Shoot, all this stuff Face be talking about. And something come up missing, you better look at Face. The person that'll tell you, ooh, you dropped your dollar. Yeah, all I just want to say is don't be a fool and a dummy. We can't. Let's not do that now. If y'all do, you're gonna do it by your damn self. Because I'm not a fool and a dummy. I might have been a fool believing white America. But hey, I ain't no dummy. No, I ain't no dummy, honey. Sure ain't. You lied about me. Moreover, there were not in 1967, as there had been in the earlier violence, widely circulated rumors in each of the groups about cross-racial assaults upon women and children. The pattern in Detroit in 1967 closely parallels those other urban disturbances of the 60s, which involved the Negro minority, Philadelphia, Rochester, Bedford-Stuyvesant, Watts, and Newark, to name some major instances. In their lack of direct confrontation between civilian whites and Negroes, they also parallel the Harlem disturbances of 1935 and 1943. Although in the latter instances, there had been rumors of heinous cross-racial assault upon Negroes, the two Harlem riots and the riots of the 60s may also differ from earlier riots in that while there was improper behavior by police and other control agencies, it never compared to that of earlier riots. For example, in East St. Louis in 1917, former control agencies actively participated in large-scale assault upon the minority group. Didn't I just say that the military and stuff was helping the white folks in Kentucky to attack black folks? I guess that's what they did. I don't know. I guess it was a culture thing. That's what that white man that was the firefighter said. That's what they did in the 60s and 70s. They left black victims. He said they left black babies in fires, in accidents, and floods. He said it was a different time then. That's what he said. And brother said, he thought that firemen was different. He didn't think firemen were like policemen. But then he said it just dawned on him that, hey, they all like that. They all hated us. And it just made me wonder right here today, how deep is that hate? Is it still pushed down there, or is it edging up with Trump in office? The avenger of the white man. Yeah, that's Trump. So yeah, my people, I just want us to, be wary. I ain't trying to fearmonger nobody here. I want your ass to know. Shit, you better start thinking. I just feel wasn't nobody even sincere with us. They could at least have told us, hey, yeah, we finna play with y'all motherfucking mind. For a couple of decades, about 75 years. We finna play with y'all mind. But they've been playing with us since we stepped off the plantations. I feel so bad for black people. The two Harlem riots and the riots of the 60s may also differ from earlier riots in that while there was an improper behavior by police and other control agencies, it never compared to that of earlier riots. For example, in East St. Louis in 1917, former control agencies actively participated in large-scale assault upon the minority group, and that's Grimshaw, 1963b. Furthermore, while much of the mass media has been critical of the black community for being insufficiently grateful for changes which have already taken place and for endangering future improvements by hoodlumism, Hoodlumism. Hoodlumism. Media treatment, both in news reporting and in editorial posture, has generally been far more sympathetic than was true in the past. Oh. So they saying, furthermore, while much of the mass media has been critical of the Black community for being insufficiently grateful for changes, ain't that a bitch? For changes that have already taken place, they saying we insufficiently grateful. We insufficiently grateful. Ain't that something? We damn near kissing their ass. And they feel like we ungrateful. And we ain't said not one time. We ain't even had a lesson, a curriculum, on an event to let they motherfucking asses know where the hell is your accountability? White America. Everybody else is being held accountable. Everybody else is standing on their truth. Everybody except for white America. Ooh, we on that baby child. But yeah, that's what the media did. Wow. In this greater sympathy, they have either led or followed a greater sympathy and concern in substantial sections of the dominant white community. Oh, so because Black people are insufficiently grateful for changes which have already taken place and for endangering future improvements by hoodlumism, media treatment, both in news reporting and in editorial posture, has generally been far more sympathetic than was true in the past. In this greater sympathy, they have either led or followed a greater sympathy and concern of the dominant white community. So I guess white America get all that sympathy, all that concern, all that hug and that healing. I guess white America get it. The large-scale urban violence of the first half of the century clearly had economic overtones. The rhetoric, however, was racist, and racial identity was the prime factor in determining attitudes and behavior alike. Disputes over housing and recreational facilities in the decade following World War II and in the latter part of that decade, disputes over educational desegregation were clearly racial. See Grimshaw 1962A and Grimshaw 1963A. In contrast to the earlier riots, the events of the 1960s have a complexity of motivation and of relations to the larger social structure, which eludes any easy interpretation. Again, in contrast to earlier violence, events of the last few years have been the focus of a large variety of formal studies and of interpretations from within and without the affected communities, in which it is difficult to find a common thread of explanation. Why in the hell is it difficult to find a common thread of explanation when the only thread is white America has done this? Now see his ass flipping the script. I know it ain't me. It ain't me. You know, yeah. And then that's like got a number 2 behind it, because you know it's got a lot of little references and stuff down at the bottom here. So number 2 say, see, especially the publications of the Los Angeles riot study undertaken by the Institute of Government and Public Affairs of the University of California, Los Angeles. Probably the most useful of these studies for purposes of this paper is Murphy and Watson, 1967. 2 other major studies still in the data analysis state are those of Dr. John Spiegel of Brandeis, Brandeis, the 6 City Study. All these studies on Black America. See, I told you, so many studies. The 6 Cities study. And the ongoing study, it's still going on. The ongoing study sponsored by the Detroit Urban League and Michigan's Survey Research Center. This has been partially published. See Meyer, 1967. Well, this ongoing study that they were talking about right here, it should be published now. We should see what the hell is that saying. You know, I mean, yeah. Hell, no wonder they said don't read. Don't teach black people to read. And then when black folks really started reading and stuff, and they came out with that copyright disclaimer of 1976, I want to know, is that the first disclaimer? Because 1976, black people had already started, you know, reading, writing, and mastering literature, spoken word, reading. So, you know, yeah, I'm even more curious now. Shit here, but I know one thing is white America. White America, the one that did this. Yeah. But let's read, because we ain't gonna be here all night. Yeah, we just gonna read for an hour or two. I'm just playing. For an hour. Race and environment were suggested above. Oh no, I was up here at number 2, wasn't it? Where it said they couldn't find. Let me read that again, y'all, because it sure seemed like they looking for a reason to blame. You know, what's wrong with black America, but they looking for reasons everywhere. Like, we don't know what's wrong. We got to find an explanation. What could it be? So he said, again, in contrast to earlier violence, events of the last few years have been the focus of a large variety of formal studies and of interpretations from within and without the affected communities, in which it is difficult to find a common thread of explanation. Wow. In the remainder of this paper, I will identify 3 main sets of interpretations of the occurrences of the last 4 years. Identify principal proponents of the several perspectives and attempt to relate the various explanations to the locations of their proponents within the social structure. So that kind of seems like he gonna break it all down. And when he break it all down, it's going to be like, oh, the black men, the black people, the black race is like this because they are inefficient. They're going to find some mainstream on that bottom line right there that it's going to be like, oh, yeah, well, that's what's wrong with them. Instead of anybody saying, oh, they've been traumatized. Yep. These people even ignore our scholars, our experts. I mean, ain't he thought about none of our people when he writing this? Because clearly he would have had some empathy for black people that was enduring this. I mean, why there ain't no references in here? That, you know, African-American scholars said that in his study, it appears that white America is the culprit for the miss snaps in the black community, in the black community's mind, sight. You know, I mean, something. Hell, I'm the one that didn't get the damn degree. You got it, but I'm just asking. It seemed to me like shit here. You know, that's what's happening. So yeah, we got to tell our own stories. That's the only thing about it. We just got to tell our own stories, write our own books. I mean, they banning their books anyway. Shit, and folks, y'all, wherever they banning books at, go get them and start your own personal library. The hell with it. The 3 interpretations can be most easily identified by using the labels for the violence given by their adherents: civil disturbance, racial revolt, and class assault. Civil disturbance, like when you living in poverty and stuff, and everybody raise up and say, hey, you gonna fix this motherfucking slum or we gonna burn it down. You know, like that right there. Or racial revolt, if they trying to say when black folks just get so mad and angry and stuff, just start beating on white folks. Like we got a history of violence against white folks, when clearly white folks got a history of violence against us and every other people too. But we ain't even talking about every other people. They gonna have to stand up for themselves. And then it said class assault. I don't even know what that's talking about. Who is that talking about? But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna paint it like black people doing it. So let's read. A number of social characteristics and several ill-defined variables are involved in the process by which individuals and groups label the violent events of recent years. Some of these, such as race and involvement, whether as rioter or as official, have a more obvious bearing than others. The interplay of motivation and of structural constraints, which culminates in a labeling decision, is, however, no less complex and difficult to unravel than the causation of the urban eruptions themselves. We'll see. Moreover, if it is not at all clear what the long-range consequences of the disturbances may be, it is certainly clear that the process of labeling and of the emergence of one or another set of labels as predominant will have consequences for the future events. To oversimplify, if society at large, or significant and powerful segments of the society, if society at large agrees with linguistic labeling of events as criminal and rebellious, then an atmosphere will be created in which pleas for the strengthening of police and other agencies with legal monopolies of force. Okay. So yeah, by them labeling a criminal and rebellious, then yeah, of course they're gonna ask for more police. To oversimplify, if society at large, white people, if society at large agrees with linguistic labeling of events as criminal and rebellious, then an atmosphere will be created in which pleas for the strengthening of police or other agencies with legal monopolies of force and for stricter law enforcement will strike a responsive chord because they feel like white women is feeling unsafe. So that, you know, when they hear that, they all got to come out. If, on the other hand, that's how I know her ass could have done something. If, on the other hand, identification of the same events as a legitimate revolt against impossible conditions is accepted, then people will be predisposed to accept solutions which attack sources of the behavior rather than solely problems of control. Similarly, certain critics have claimed that characterization of the events as an expression of class assault will have the result of arousing fears of communism and related threats of the consequence of producing still another response. Race and environment were suggested above as social characteristics with obvious influence on labeling perspectives. Related to involvement is the question of the official position of the labeler. Is he an elected or appointed official? Is his constituency formal or informal? Is his primary responsibility for social control or for welfare, and so on? These questions lead in turn to a consideration of perceptions. Is the threat seen as immediate or remote? Is the activity seen, for example, as legitimate or criminal, and so on? Reporters on the scene may witness criminal behavior, while editorial writers may have in mind statistics about unemployment and poor housing. On the other hand, reporters may witness unnecessary use of force by police, while editorial writers may have in mind the passage of civil rights legislation and the changing pattern of court decisions. Middle-class Negroes in the area of violence may be subjected to police insult or threats to their own property, while middle-class Negroes who live away from the ghetto may, in the first instance, see legal improvements and ameliorative programs. Ameliorative programs. That's AMELIORATIVE. Ameliorative. Kind of sound like Amelia Bedelia, don't it? Remember that book of that little white girl? Yeah, Amelia Bedelia. And ameliorative programs. And in the second, have in mind the same statistics about unemployment and poor housing. White liberals living in insulated small towns and protected college communities will respond differently from those in urban areas who can see the flames and hear the shots and sirens. ecological and social distance from the actual events will both have an influence on perceptions. Perspectives and labeling are also influenced by ideological postures and given ideological positions by tactical considerations. Some few observers have been ideologically neutral, and some have simply chronicled events. An excellent and generally neutral study done by a journalist is Robert Conant, C-O-N-O-T, Conant, 1967. Most, however, fall somewhere on the right-left continuum, or rather on continua. See, that was C-O-N-T-I-N-U-U-M, or rather continua, C-O-N-T-I-N-U-U-A. Since there are different meanings to right-left within the white and Negro communities. Right-left strategic or right-left categorizations are made more difficult by the presence of different strategic orientations within the several groups and by preferences for legalistic as contrasted to amelioristic strategies, and in the left groups by disagreements over the primacy of political and social as contrasted to welfare goals. Yeah, it's deep. Tactical perspectives are, of course, related to ideology, a wish to deny the race and or class aspects of the events or to minimize the magnitude of the importance of such characteristics may lead to relatively neutral labeling of them as disturbances or disorders. Some share the same general ideological perspective, however, but wishing to maximize the legal aspects, whether or not concerned with race and class aspects, may label the same events as lawlessness or insurrection. More generally, labeling may represent threatening as contrasted to conciliatory tactics. Thus, tough military men and hard policemen may join not only with political rightists, but also with black men, but also with black militants in labeling disturbances as revolt, rebellion, or welfare. Similarly, elected officials oriented to the status quo, as well as sections of the mass media, may join with more moderate Negro leaders, the old line, Negro leaders as contrasted to black leaders, and with white liberals in assigning more neutral and conciliatory labels such as disturbance or disorder. In these instances, those who use the same labels may have very different purposes in mind. Enforcement types want rigorous suppression of the revolt, black power advocates of the revolt. In these instances, those who use the same labels may have very different purposes in mind. Enforcement types want rigorous suppression of the revolt. Black power advocates are seeking recruitments for the overthrow of the current social structure. White liberals and moderate Negroes want ameliorative social changes. Some officials who talk about disorders want immediately to cool the situation, although they may also be sincerely interested in improvements in the conditions of minority group members. The several variables suggested above are all of importance in influencing perspectives and labeling. Whatever their interaction, however, and whatever the weights of their mutual influence, there is another variable which in many instances may outweigh even ideological posture and immediacy of threat. White people, this variable, which is of importance not only in the selection of an original position, but also in its maintenance or rejection, is that of social supports and relevant reference groups. It is not yet clear what the boundaries will be of the new conflict groups emerging in American society. It is clear that processes of boundary definition are in operation. Insofar as the boundaries become more clearly defined and rigid, and as the society becomes more polarized, there will be strong pressures on individuals to choose for or against ideological and tactical positions. Thus, apparently, white liberals attending last summer's national conference for a new politics were constrained to accept more and more extreme positions and labeling in order to maintain an even grudging acceptance from their black colleagues. Ooh, y'all. Thus, before a large public audience, Dick Gregory can castigate the whites, much to their apparent pleasure, and can then ask Negro students to rise, following this with the directive. All of you who don't think there wasn't enough burning last summer, sit down. Didn't I just say why he ain't mentioned somebody? Why he ain't mentioned none of our scholars, none of our experts, none of our critical thinkers? And you know I be talking about Dick Gregory. I love Dick Gregory. Remember I was at my daughter's house, I was playing Dick Gregory. Came in there running, thought somebody done come up in there fighting me. And I was like, no, nobody fighting me. I'm listening to Dick Gregory. Sit down. Shit. Yeah, but after that, they all knew. Yeah, that's Dick Gregory right there. That's Auntie playing Dick Gregory. I wish I had a surround sound. Sure do shit. Play it outside too. I gotta read this again. Yes, honey. Thus, before a large public audience, Dick Gregory, my brother, Dick Gregory, where's my pencil? You know I don't write in books and stuff. I do not, but Mary McLaurin Bethune, I'm just going to put a little line and they can erase it if they want to. Ain't no pages tore. It ain't in ink. I do follow the law and stuff. I wrote it in pencil. Anybody, I should have drew a heart around it with an ink pen. I know. Thus, before a large public audience, Dick Gregory can castigate the whites, much to their apparent pleasure, and can then ask Negro students to rise, following this with the directive. All of you who don't think there was enough burning last summer, sit down, and can thereby manipulate social structure so as to coerce a public acceptance, or rejection of a militant stance. Oh, that's deep. Ooh, let me see. Yeah, we're going to let the siren go by and stuff. I know, wasn't this awesome? Dick Gregory showed up tonight. Dick Gregory showed up tonight in this book, right here. I don't know if that ain't confirmation for you, honey, but it is for me. It is confirmation for me. Yes. What you laughing at, Vicky? I know, I seen Dick Gregory. You'd have thought he was right here. You'd have thought the man showed himself. I was just happy. I had just said why he ain't, putting somebody in the book. Quote somebody. Show somebody. Now, don't just act like y'all asses is the only one that can tell our stories. And then you ain't even telling it with sincere, with sincere telling. It's the truth. Yeah. Thus, white liberal so-called intellectuals who have long identified with the aspirations of the Negro Revolution are constrained to give up their status as objective observers and to accept the interpretations and verbalizations of Black militants uncritically, or else to face complete rejection, a quandary which leaves some of them immobilized, others emasculated, others schizophrenic, and still others driven into retreat from the situation. Oh, wow. White folks, this is what they go through. That's what it said. That's what it's making me think. After Dick Gregory, that's what it said. Let me just start over and read it back again because this sounds too good to me, honey. Dick Gregory broke their ass down that much. They didn't know how to feel. Let me just see here. Thus, before a large public audience, Dick Gregory can castigate the whites and can then ask Negro students to rise. He can cuss their ass out. Tell they motherfucking ass the truth. And you know Dick Gregory did. And they like it. They let him. Oh, yeah, they let him. And then he could tell the black people to rise and tell them that all of you who don't think there was enough burning last summer, sit down. Sit your ass down with white folks. Yep. And so with that right there, he can thereby manipulate social structure so as to coerce a public acceptance or rejection of a militant stance. See, by doing that in his way, in his fashion, and then asking the black men to stand, the black people to stand, and he say, oh, all of y'all that don't believe in this, don't know whose side you on, set your ass down. So see, that was militant, but it wasn't threatening to white America because they didn't really see it like that, you know. That right there, that was his way of ushering in, you know, the militant stance of getting it done. You know, how he did. It was only one Dick Gregory. So thus, so that means so. Thus, white liberals, so-called intellectuals, who have long identified with the aspirations of the Negro Revolution, they constrained to give up their status as objective observers and to accept the interpretations of verbalizations of black militants uncritically, or else to face complete rejection. A quandary which leaves some of them immobilized, others emasculated, others schizophrenic, and still others driven into retreat from the situation. Yeah, it's talking about white folks. Yeah. Yep, it's talking about white folks. Two further points may be made. First, labeling perspectives may be somewhat less stable than is the case with some other emotionally and politically important attitudes. There is evidence that there have been shifts in perception as a consequence of peer pressures, of superordinate policy shifts, of information on the scope and magnitude of events. Thus, some elected officials may, in anger, initially condemn rioters as hoodlums engaged in criminal violence. Their characterization may shift, perhaps in response to a review of the full political implications of their position, to one which labels the events as civil disturbances generated by impossible conditions. On the other hand, the New York Times, which initially emphasized the conditions which caused the riots, shifted as the summer of 1967 wore painfully to a, wait a minute, let me read that over again. Does that sound like this? Yeah. On the other hand, the New York Times, which initially emphasized the conditions which caused the riots, shifted as the summer of 1967 wore painfully by to a position where they stated editorially, this was in July the 25th, 1967, the arsonists and looters have to be dealt with as the criminals they are, whatever the root causes of it was. Whatever the root causes of it was, they said the arsonists and looters have to be dealt with as the criminals they are. These motherfuckers. And then this was 1967. Wasn't it a riot, a massacre in 1963? The second point to be made now is that while the variables discussed operate in complex ways, they have influences on some more mundane and measurable characteristics of persons who ultimately do the labeling. Negroes with different sex, age, occupational, class, and educational characteristics do respond differently to queries, Q-U-E-R-I-E-S, not queries, differently to queries about the meanings and reasons of the riots and about their probable consequences for the Negro cause. The Negro cause. Middle, lower, and working class Negroes do have different sets of complaints and different perspectives on goals as well as on tactics. They also have differential access to the opportunity structure and differential exposure to social slight and insult. Differences in responses by age categories can clearly be linked to differences in the experiences of different generations. Other papers will document differences on the basis of these more traditional socioeconomic variables. I simply want to underline the fact that behind the distribution of responses, there is a complex interplay of structural features of the social system with individual attributes. You see how deep they make this right here. You see how deep they make this to hide the insanity of white America. Let's read. Civil disturbance. Oh, I think we done. Yes. Tomorrow we will start on civil disturbance and or insurrection. Because see, if I start that right there, then I'm going to have to go ahead and read racial revolt. And what else is it? Class assault, summary and conclusions. Yeah. And yeah, I don't want to keep all that later stuff. I sure would. And then we'll start on race and minority riots, a study in the typology of violence. Yeah, I want us to get us some good sleep tonight. Time travel if you want to. You go see some of them universes and stuff. Just go by yourself. Make sure you come back. Yeah. Oh, and look at this right here. I've been thinking about, I don't really remember my dreams and stuff, but honey, yeah, I'm finna learn about the cosmos too. Yeah, I want to know. Oh, and dang, then look, I found some money in the book. I must have put it in there, so I do that to some of the books and stuff. If somebody go read it and stuff, they might find $2 in the book. Ooh, let me find another book to read. But yeah, must have been for me. Hey, prosperity, right? I told you. When you start giving your attention, your time, your focus, your love, your gratitude to your ancestors, Black America, it ain't nothing they won't send to you. Now, I know I probably put that money in there. I'm pretty sure I did. I just got this book. Well, maybe I did when I got it. Maybe I was like, this will be a motivation to get back to this book. I don't know. I just knew it was in there, But, wow. It's confirmation for me, and I hope this is confirmation for you. We just here to find the healing for Black America. We ain't here to hate on nobody else, harm nobody else, or nothing. My mama said, if I can't help you, I won't hurt you. If I ain't got, a jacket that you can wear or something you can use because you cold and stuff, then I'll tell you somebody that probably do. See, that's how Black people are. We don't set out and manipulate and plan and plot how to hurt other people. We don't come up with agendas and events and codes and bills and laws and manipulations and scenarios, and technology to trip other people up. We ain't never been that type of people. And for white America to switch to project all of their bullshit, all of their insanity on my people, and then make everybody else believe it, that my people are the insane ones. No, that's not going to happen much longer. It sure ain't. No. Before I let white America keep on with this narrative, making everybody in the world feel like we crazy, we insane, we dangerous, our men can't be trusted, they super be. Before I let white America continue on with this right here, I'll tell everybody myself, white America ass is insane as hell. The animals of the planet, the true animals, ain't got nothing on these animals right here. In my opinion, they don't even resonate to be human. I ain't seen no progress in white America. Because we talking about white America right here. We just got through reading about white America. I ain't seen no progress in white America saying that they want to be pro-life. White America ain't never built up nothing that I see saying that they want to be pro-life, saying that they deserve to have this status, this position in society. Right here in America. No, I don't see it. And I think it's high time right here. It's time now For the last to be first and the first to be last. Ain't that what your Bible say? Yeah, it's time for us to stand up and let white America know, no, you ain't that no more. You never was. You know, I mean, hey, they can fall out and cry if they want to. It don't matter anymore. This is it. This is the last. You know, this is our last opportunity, and we got to do this. And I feel for y'all that's got to make the decision. You know, I truly do. I feel for us that's got to make the decision. You know, after all this time, all these years, all these decades, and all these babies, and then you got grandbabies, and then you're going to have great-grandbabies, because they going to have kids. Them kids you done had with the other races, they're going to have babies. They're going to grow up and be parents, Black America. What are you going to do? Just let them go? Just let them do whatever? You're not even going to try to save your own genetic survival? You're not going to put no effort towards your own genetic survival? Especially if your ass still with Sabrina. If your ass still with Brad, tell his ass. Look at here, Brad. Hey, look here, girl. Sit down, Sabrina. I need to talk to you. We need to talk. Because look at here. Your ass, you didn't tell me nothing about what your people done been through. What your people done did to my people. Hey. Sit your ass down, Sabrina. You ain't got to get all buffed up like that. Hell, we right here in Harrisburg, where the lynchings occurred. We right here in Atlanta. We right here in Nashville. We right here in East St. Louis. We right here in Chicago, in Detroit, where all of these massacres happened. Didn't you say your family been here for hundreds of years? Sabrina, set your ass down. I'm just talking to you. Where was your family at when all this right here happened? Let me see, your great grandmama, the little lady that's always at your mama house in that chair in front of the TV, looking at the Waltons. That lady she was around in the 1920s, wasn't she, Sabrina? Right here in Harrisburg. See, we got to ask these questions. We got to find out. See, who the hell your ass done got mingled up with? Who the hell have your ass done got mingled up with, having all these babies and stuff? So see, all you got to do is tell, look here, Sabrina, I ain't even here for all that. So I just want you to know, if me and your ass going to be together, if we going to go any farther from right here, your ass, we finna make my lineage live on and on. Your ass going to have to decide right here, right now, Sabrina. Now, my lineage needs to live on because my lineage is pro-life. Sabrina, it's in all the books, honey. We can read the books together. It's like therapy. Do we need to go to a damn therapist for this? We can read these books ourselves, Sabrina. I'm just telling you, your people do not deserve to live on. They have nothing to offer, Sabrina. Hell, you gonna live on? We got kids and stuff, Sabrina. Look, I'm just saying here. Are we gonna teach these babies to have Black babies? Because that's the only way me and you can stay together. That's the only way me and you can stay together. Is if I ensure that my race is finna live on. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Simple as that. Well, it ain't simple as that, but because she gonna cry and pull her hair out and try to pull yours out. And all kind of crazy shit and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Hell, you think about it. You the one got yourself in that situation. The only thing matters at this point, Black people, is what are you gonna do about it? Are you finna stand up for your people now? I mean, I'm just asking. Are you gonna stand up for your people now? Your people's lineage? See, I'm talking about a little bit more than your people's business, or safety. I'm talking about the lineage. Because see, if we lose our lineage, then we die out. If we lose our lineage, then we die out. Oh, it is possible. The way these people working hard at it, honey, oh, it is very possible. They can do it. But see, we ain't even got to worry about that, Black America. You ain't got to worry about that. Because if they do get Black numbers down so small, you know, all over the globe and stuff, because, honey, they genocide all over the globe, black people. It ain't just in America. I'm just starting in America here because I dropped out of school and school didn't teach me shit. I'm starting where I'm at with my people. But see, the overall picture is to exterminate, to genocide black people. But see, white folks ain't even thought that out. They're going to tell you they don't know a damn thing about the cosmos. White folks don't know nothing about all them universes up there. They don't know nothing about the multiverse. Because if they did, their asses would know, if like the bees. If they wipe the bees out, mankind life is gone in like 4 years. Without the bees, that's what I read. I don't know. I want to give me some beehives now, you know. But I'm just saying, I digress. If they wipe black folks out and get our numbers so small, y'all, honey, the whole sun gonna blow up. Yeah, the whole sun gonna blow up. So Black America, I just want to say, you know, if we not gonna fight for us, fight for our lineage, then yeah, I say we just go on and tell the sun, hey, just blow this motherfucker up. Let's start all over again. Shit, we going somewhere anyway. We going up there. I'm going to the 12th of never. I'm going to the 12th. 12th of never. Yeah, you know, and you can go to the 4th or 5th universe if you want to. Those of y'all that take y'all ass to heaven with white folks, I don't know. You gonna be there for a while. Because see, you gonna be in heaven with white folks, so you gonna have to relive this whole shit all over again. That's why they ain't told y'all asses hell. That's why they telling your ass to come on to heaven. See, we just gotta start thinking. I know, right? It is what it is, though. Shit, if we get the message when it's time to get the message. I didn't know. I'm still looking for people that can tell you too. So you don't think, hell, I'm wrong. Which, hell, everybody else is wrong about Black America. That may be true for other peoples. That very well may be true for other people. Why are you making it true for Black people? You know, I'm just saying, why your ass got to trap Emmett Till and them up in heaven with Carolyn Bryant and them motherfucking ass? Why? Why would you do that? Trap John Hartfield and them in heaven with the motherfucking animals. It don't make no sense to me. Shit, ask your pastor why. Shit, his ass the one, he the main one telling you, yeah, we're going to heaven. It's going to be a big old bright day in heaven. It ain't no hunger. It ain't no pain. Ain't no sickness in heaven. Nothing, just slavery. You know, hell, white folk down here didn't think we were sick. White folk didn't think we had no feeling, no heart, no soul. We were just like an animal to them. Hell, is that why they think heaven is just no feeling, no, you ain't gonna feel nothing? Because they know here they're gonna have our asses up there in heaven shit, picking all that big ass cotton up there, and you going by yourself. I ain't going. You going by yourself. You sure will, honey. Harriet Tubman and them is not up there. The only one in heaven is the slaves that refused to leave white America and John Brown. Yep. John Brown couldn't even go past heaven. He's a white man. He sympathized with Black people. He loved Black people. He felt like Black people should be free. When he looked in them little bitty baby eyes, John Brown, the white man that took his 2 sons, and honey, white folks hung all of them. Yes, honey, white folks hung everybody. Him and his sons. Didn't nobody go home to their mama. And so John Brown is the only one that's up there in heaven with white folks, with their cannibal ass, and the Black people that done went up there to heaven with them. My mama was going. I think my mama crossed to the other side and seen all that cotton. And my mama like, face was right. Uncle Jamie Lee, Aunt Becky, I'm over here on this side. Girl, I was trying to go through the side door. Yeah, fly me on the way from here. Which way we going? And they flew on off to the afterlife. Yep. So Black people, we got to start thinking about this. You going to get your ass up there and ain't going to be nobody up there but the dedicated ignorant. The dedicated ignorant. They refuse to wake up. They refuse to listen. They refuse to think. They the only ones that's up there in heaven with white folks. And John Brown, If they could, they would lynch John Brown up there in heaven. But see, it ain't no pain and stuff up there in heaven. Ain't that what they said? For them. He's a white man. There ain't no pain up there in heaven for him. Yeah, he got the comfort, the protection in heaven. It was some pain here. They ain't never said ain't no pain here. They said ain't no pain, no hunger, no sickness in heaven. So John Brown is in heaven now, you know. Ain't no pain for him in heaven, but it is for your ass. Black people that's in heaven picking that heavy ass cotton, their body ain't that big. The cotton just big. You know, I mean, we just got to start thinking, hell, I don't know, shit, write the book. Hell, then we'll read it. You write the book and I'll read it. How about that? We got to start telling our babies something. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, let's go time travel, y'all. Shit, I know, right? I'm going to the 12th of never. You know, Earth, Wind, and Fire, we're talking about that. Yeah, the 12th of never. I know. Yeah, folks ain't even ready for this all phase show. Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yes, honey, I've been listening to him about the multiverse. And honey, I'm telling you, when I start listening to Neil deGrasse, honey, it ain't nothing that you can tell me about. It's a heaven. Tell my people to come on, let's go to heaven. Oh, honey, now. When Pap Singleton went from Tennessee to Kansas, and he took out walking, telling black folk, come on, let's go now. Honey, please. Ooh, honey, I'm telling you, we ain't going to heaven. No, you go to heaven, you going to stay there by yourself. Ain't nobody coming back. Nope. Ain't nobody coming back for you in heaven. You just going to be there forever and ever and ever. That you know what heaven is. It's forever and ever and ever. So when you take your ass up there, Black America, that's where you're going to be forever and ever and ever. You won't be able to come back here to hell. You're going to be in heaven. Trapped in heaven. I don't know if you can bounce back and forth. Do you really want to? What's going to be the difference? You're going to be in heaven picking cotton. And you're going to be down here, you know, picking cotton, being a slave and stuff. So I'm just saying. Hell, you decide. But yeah, you get up in heaven and you're going to be there. Yep, you probably be fighting with John Brown up there. You and him be fighting together. Just like down here on Earth when John Brown was helping the black men and stuff down on Harper's Ferry. And they were ready to go toe-to-toe with white folks, honey. Yes, because, you know, John knew when he was looking at black kids and looking in their eyes. He knew he could see the universe, the multiverse in them black babies' eyes. He could look at that black man and know the way that black man is broken down like that. Broken down. Can't do nothing for himself, his wife, his kids. John Brown knew that was a man. He knew there was a man, there was a God that was manifested as a man. Now, why come Uncle Tom? Why come Uncle Tom Cabin? He looked at that little white girl and she had a terminal illness. I know she did, and it's sad because the little girl passed away and stuff. But why did he look at the little white girl and he saw the multiverse in her eyes? Why? But when Uncle Tom looked at the black kids and stuff, he didn't see nothing. See, indoctrination. Indoctrination. He was brainwashed. He was indoctrinated and stuff, you know. It runs deep. I guess Uncle Tom was in the sunken place. And then, you know, I know some of us feel like Uncle Tom was a hero because, you know, something about I remember he took the slaves back to the master. I guess they were going to clean a mansion for a party or something other. And the master told him, yeah, y'all could go and stuff, but you bring them back, Tom. You bring them back on the dot, Tom, or we're going to be out and we're going to hunt you down. And Tom brought them back. And so I guess that's why black people saying that Tom was a hero, because he returned them back to their slave master. You know, which that don't make you a hero. Because you know, hell. Now, what would have made his ass a hero is if they kept going. And if anybody got to turn around and go back, it's his ass. It'll be his ass. That way the rest of them can get away. That way the rest of them can have a chance to make it to freedom. Hell, his ass the one that was in love with him. Why wouldn't it be him? So, you know, throw him off. You know, tear a little piece off of your shirt and hang it on a tree and throw a shoe over there, throw your hat over there or something, you know. And then you take out running a different way. And when the dogs come and stuff, you know, the dogs going to be going from each of the items. And then the men, you know, they're looking for the slaves. They're going to be, you know, where the hell is that? I see this over here. They went this way. No, they went that way. They went that way. But the dog, see, the dog going to pick up on the scent of him. And everybody going to go after him. And see, that just bought more time for the slaves to get away. Now, that would have been the hero. But I digress, you know, yeah. Uncle Tom, you know, I know everybody love Mr. I'll read the book again. I must have not been really aware, you know, because I remember him walking through the vineyards with the little white girl in his arm. He just crying and stuff. He loved her so much. Tom was more affected than her mama and her daddy was. And the other black slaves that was in the house, you know, because he was coming and going and stuff, because he had to be out in the yards and stuff and doing what he had to do. But he would come into the house and stuff, spend time with the little girl and, you know, walk her around and stuff like that. But she kept getting weaker and weaker. And she loved Tom. Tom, I can't see you, Tom. But Tom was right there for her. He was like a comfort for her, because her mom and her daddy wasn't even a comfort. I think the missus was getting drunk all the time. And the master was sleeping with other slaves and stuff. So the other black slaves that was in the house, this is what I envisioned. And the other black slaves that was in the house and stuff, you know, they empathized and stuff, you know, when other white folks was around and stuff. But when other white folks wasn't around and stuff, honey, they looked at Tom like they could slap the shit out of him. How the hell you gonna sit up here and be walking around this little white girl and you ain't even took a biscuit or nothing to these babies down here on this slave quarter? So see, yeah, you know, I'm just all, you know, yeah, I'll read it again and stuff. We can read it together. You know, yeah, it's all about reading. We all gonna read. Oh, good day, Larry, my brother. I can't wait to see you the next time too. I know. Oh, look at you. Let me go on and put that up. I want to put that on here. Oh, Duro, get your ass out of here, shit. You been in time out. I don't even know who let you back in here. Yeah, but I love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow, my brother. Yeah, y'all, let's go time travel. You know, let's think and, you know, just know that, hey, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right, honey. It's white folks that ain't going to be all right. White folks got a bigger problem. Why they talking about the Negro problem, honey? White folks got a bigger problem because they can't go no further than hell in that first little universe right there. So, okay, honey, you got the whole sun. You got the whole sun. My people, we do. See, we on the right side. Ain't nothing nobody can say, honey. Sure ain't. When folks get to talking that bullshit to you, at least you know. And hey, you can tell them. Get their ass something to think about, huh? You know? Right. I mean, shit. Because when they cross over anyway, they got to go through Anubis anyhow. Oh, yeah, they deeds going to be judged and stuff, you know. It just depends on where you want to be, Black America. Are you going to keep your ass with white America for eternity, forever and ever? I'm not. But I love y'all, and I see y'all tomorrow. Peace and power to the people. Ours. I ain't talking about nobody else, people.